The following content may not be suitable for those under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised.
Cool.
That's actually really nice. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I have more fun doing the intros than doing anything else.
All
righty. So, that being said, good evening, one and all, and welcome to another live episode of Live with Ultra Megatronus. I am your host, Martin Sebastian, aka Ultra Megatronus. If you're watching us here on YouTube, you can also catch us on Facebook, Twitch TV. You can also check out our Facebook group, Toy Collectors Universal. We're 24/7 on that one. And tonight is a special night because I am smaller than everybody else in the panel right now because I don't know how to adjust the camera with a shit.
Move your chair closer.
Move my chair closer. Pull my camera forward more. I'm so stupid. Yeah, because my camera. I took my camera. That's right. My son had a performance. So before I get started with anything else, I want to give a big, huge shout out to Hostile Prime because I had gotten a couple of things. This is a quick, because I wanted to give him a shout out because this Ninja Bill's part of on this one too. So I'm sorry if it doesn't come out too much, but this is the piece that attaches to the trailer for Motormaster on the Legacy line. I know it's too dark to see.
Whoa!
So this is the stabilizer bar for that. Also,
looks good
for the rear wheels, yep, and it's solid too.
Hey,
And also,
how's it going, John?
Mini hands. And the reason why I got mini hands is because courtesy of Ninja Bill and Ghost Max 8, I am almost complete to do Ultra Magnus G1 version. And there's the hands right there, as you can see.
Yeah.
And they're solid.
Nice.
So you're looking for a belt then?
Yep. So I'm waiting on.
I had a spare G1 Ultra Magnus. It was not complete, rough shape, but he was interested. I almost sent him a G1 Metroplex as well, but I didn't. I probably should have. Now that all my G1s were stolen, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit, gentlemen. Give me 1 second. I apologize for the.
It's all good. It's all good. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Everybody's week went well, I hope. I assume everybody's happy and healthy.
Yeah. Don't let me start going into my depressive phase or anything like that. You know what I mean? But like things were not that great for me or anything like that. I actually had things that I was actually working through, breakup wise, and all this other jazz. But I actually did have a good toy week. So that's pretty much it. What about you guys?
I'm doing well. Can't complain. Hey, I'm live. I'm kicking. I wake up every morning. It's a good day.
That's nice.
Nice. I'm doing pretty good. My week started out being at Animazement 2024. A lot of fun with that, talking there, doing some panels. And I am in the process of moving, hence why I currently have a static background behind me as opposed to my real background. Because right now it's boxes.
So you don't own that piano back there?
I actually do own a baby piano.
Nice.
Really? Because I was looking at it, I was just like, you've got the suavest background of any of us.
No. I wish that was my real background, and I wish that was my real baby grand. My baby grand is in New York.
Nice. Where are you now?
I'm in North Carolina.
I forgot to bring my butler.
Sweet.
My butler. Come here.
Tell me keep talking. I'll be right back. I just got to make sure everything's okay with my son.
Yep.
Oh my God! Did you really have the same place?
Oh, nice.
The same place. Oh no.
Oh man. I'll show everybody that today I got sick. So I don't know. I have a very bad sore throat, so I've got these and I hope they will get me through today. But
dude, you got the same thing I got.
I hope not, because you were out pretty bad. So yeah.
This will work for your throat if you get it.
What is it?
Super lemon.
Oh, I think my son's got it upstairs. Actually, he was eating something that he said was way too sour. That sounds like what I need.
It's awesome. It clicks and makes sure it clears the throat a lot.
Oh, sweet.
And that's my anime snack of choice.
Sweet.
Wait a second.
Which is always
I want to know how Ninja Bill's changing his background.
I think there's a way.
You go to settings, right? You click it, and you'll see about 3 down is virtual backgrounds, and then you can either upload or just pick from the standard set that they have there. So
No, I just
Don't
have
spoil
settings,
it.
camera.
Hmm?
Let's see.
Hey, I joined you guys.
yeah, wait, now we gotta all look the same now.
We can be in the same as MTV house.
There we go. Except my camera is mirrored, so obviously things are a little different.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
I can't
trying
do
to
that
get
on my side.
Head to show here.
Oh, are you using a mobile? Are you
What?
using a mobile? Norbs, are you using a mobile?
Yep. I am.
Oh yeah, well that's what explains why. My
Oh, is
PC.
it? Okay.
I think I'm back.
I think it's
Well,
only
it's
available
okay.
on. I think it's only available on PC. So
Okay. Well, I'll feel left out for a while, but it's okay. It's okay. I can enjoy you guys being on the same household, you know?
Just for a few minutes anyway.
Just
the other
sorry
option
for
is being-
everything.
slightly,
all,
as you can see, slightly. He's at one end, I'm at the other, so that's why it looks. That's what it is. There you
Gotta stay on opposite
For God's sake.
Next thing you know,
Okay.
he's actually going to be in a confessional room, and he's going to be, let me tell you what that bastard Ninja Bill did to me.
I leave you guys 5
I
minutes.
sound like I
All
have something in my mouth. I do have something in my mouth.
What?
Oh,
No.
lines.
I just took a cough drop. So.
That's what she said.
Mm,
But
mm,
Everybody's having fun with their backdrop and stuff. Look at this.
I used to have Enterprise too, and I don't know where I put it.
yeah, I uploaded a few
wow.
backgrounds for the virtual background there.
Fine. If nobody's going backgrounds, I'm going to go background too.
Background Spider-Man wallet.
Nice.
Nice.
Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with the Spider-Man wallet. Do not knock it. As a member of the Cosplaying Spider Society,
Right now.
Oh, Lord, you're going to be talking Marvel for a couple of seconds? Oh, geez.
You know what?
No,
Marvel
not
is
now.
actually a part of anime because there is Japanese Spider-Man and there is also an anime Spider-Man out there, an anime X-Men, so it all comes in together.
hey, Tokusatsu Spider-Man is the greatest thing ever. He is the emissary of hell.
That
And if
is
he's not
right.
showing this
That
week-
is right.
And if he does not show up in Beyond the
Actually, that's
Spider-Verse,
perfect.
it's bullshit.
Mhm.
He has
Great.
to be in there. Him and
You
Leo.
go with the Mustafar.
Now that you mentioned him,
I got to adjust this camera one more time. I apologize for the inconvenience on
Oh,
this
that's
side.
That is
cool.
awesome. That is
Take
really
your
good.
time.
Up on the podcast.
I
I
gotta
see
get
Darth
a,
Vader poking at a car.
That is really awesome.
Oh, cool. Mm,
actually. I have to get a Marvel Legends Japanese Spider-Man, but hold on.
Oh, don't. Nothing is here. Everything's at the other house.
Mm.
I mean, it's cameraman Zoom. Where's the Zoom?
Since we're
Now,
doing
hold on,
anime
Ninja. Let me
tonight,
do
this
that back
is
on
actually
you.
gonna be my
Okay,
desktop.
everybody,
Oh,
whip
you-
out your toys. I know you want to.
Oh, Gal Gaigar.
Oh,
Gal Gaigar is awesome.
hold on.
He is the king
I
of
gotta do
praise.
this. I gotta
Doesn't
do this.
matter.
Just because Norbs put it up, I have to throw this up. I mean, not Norbs, Ninja Bill. I apologize. I got to throw this up here.
Oh no.
Oh
Nice.
shit!
Where did you get that,
Very
Baz? Where the hell?
Seriously, Dan, you know where my wife works. You know where my wife works.
Nice.
You lucky bastard. You lucky
That
bastard.
is awesome.
He beat me to the words I was going to say.
If I find another one, I will mail it out to you. I don't know.
How you doing? The good, the bad, the awesome. How you doing, Darth Ravage 07?
Mhm. Yeah, everyone there.
Hey, the good
Those
about it,
snacks.
awesome.
And I apologize for the comments not being answered, guys. I just trying to make sure that everything's going smooth. All right, so tonight's
Let me-
topic.
Let me
Ravage,
just let me just thank Jimmy for this.
go ahead.
Nice. Yep.
Let
Very
me
cool.
coming up on Zoom.
Gaigar is awesome.
This guy is so good. I'm actually editing video right now for him and everything like that, so I can actually have that video up. But so good, so good. Anyway,
Nice.
I'm done.
All right, you're done. It's like that's it. Get off.
I'm done. I'm done.
And we got
You'll
Ghost
speak
Action in the
just
house.
about it later.
And so many comments. See if I can do this. Oh, cool deal.
Destro.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's
Hostile, I hope you were in. I didn't do the shout out to you, man. I did. So I don't think I didn't. Optination in the house. Mercenary in the house. And I'm not falling too wise about this time, so no.
From the
No.
classified retro version, there's actually my brother's, and I didn't know he collected GI Joe, and
It goes back.
so yeah.
Darth
All right.
Rapids.
Oh, nice, Destro.
All right, so
Yeah,
everybody
I just feel like
I did the review for Lady J, and some people were already saying, because I was showing the back of the card back, and I said I don't know who these people are, and I guess one of them, the female character, they're like, "Are you fucking stupid? You don't know who that is?" And I'm just like, "No, I don't." That's why I said in the review, I don't know who that is, because I never watched the cartoon.
Yep, that would do it.
I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know because I can't say.
Chris, 100%, man. The Jessic version is the best version of that.
All right, so you gentlemen ready to talk anime? Because I am the only one in this group that's got the least experience on it versus the four of you. Of course, Jimmy G is out there, and he's going to be in with it later unless something, emergency comes up.
Before
I've
only
gotten 40 some years.
Bullshit, you know that, man. I mean, you had Bubblegum Crisis, and you had the mint edition OVA Bastard. So,
and Trigun, and Those Who Hunt Elves, and well, you know what? Like I said, I got like the top 5 from you guys, and let's start off with a good one here. So, what should I go with? Let's start off since Ninja Bill was actually, yeah,
Nothing.
Right. Since Ninja Bill was the first one that reached out to me because of the order that everything went on, let's talk about one anime, Delicious in Dungeon. So, gentlemen, educate me.
No,
Okay.
I don't know anything about that. I'm sitting back here.
Okay,
Ninja
so
Bill.
Delicious in the Dungeon is one of those animes where it's sort of a food anime and it's sort of a fantasy anime all wrapped up in one. So it basically is this guy who and his party are delving into a dungeon, right? And a group of friends, and his sister gets eaten by a red dragon. But apparently in this anime, people can be revived as long as they get, the main body parts back, right? So they decided to, he forms, somewhat of a new party with Meryl, the elf. I forget the other two members, a dwarf and
it's Senshi and it's Chiltuck.
Yes.
Actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna do this.
Remember, it's a dwarf and a small. What is it? I think they're called small mans.
Yeah, I think of them as sort of halflings. He's what he reminds me of a halfling, traditional halfling, like in D&D halfling. Anyway, so the whole premise of the show is like to survive, they start eating monsters in the dungeon that are there, and they experiment and create new recipes from all the monsters they encounter. Now, on the surface, it may not seem much, but it has awesome character development. Awesome. I mean, as much as I love, there's another title that both me and Ken both really love that has, pretty much is one of the best awesome character developments I've seen in over a decade. But this one is really, really nice. The intro and outro music is really good. The character development, the writing, it's just in the animation. I love the animation style. It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Hey, can I cut in for just a second, Ninja?
Mm-hmm.
For Delicious in the Dungeon, anybody who's actually looking for it, it is on Netflix, and
I just saw that.
Put it in my queue just now. So
same here.
And aside from that, it's Netflix. They released not only the Japanese versions, but the subtitle versions and the English versions all at the same time on Netflix. So
nice.
Sweet.
And it's coming out every Thursday, which is awesome. And the series is great. It's one of the better adaptations of food manga, and actually one of the ones where they do a great job. And also, you could use the recipes just to substitute certain things. Like, for example, you can't really have Hydra meat, but you can use chicken meat or snake meat or fish meat. The only one which really you can't do is the living armor, because that's disgusting.
First up, one hole. What's going on? And as far as anime goes, I am Kaguri, Chainsaw Man, Spy X, Family kind of guy.
Family. All hail Hanya.
See, I'm actually so into Chainsaw Man.
Raz.
I love that show, but we'll talk
Yeah,
about
so,
that.
but
Hopefully.
I love Chainsaw Man, but I hate his other work. I hate
Oh yeah.
Mitsumi's other
Yeah, I
work.
don't know. I just haven't gotten into that. It's not a
so Delicious in the
chainsaw is
Dungeon.
not something I want to see.
No, Raj, you're not late.
Wait, what?
I started this a little bit later than normal because of scheduling conflicts. So this was a 9:30 setup. I did the announcement on it. I don't know if everybody got it, but no, you're on time.
No, time
And
is
you know the
actually
deal.
not archaic. It's relative. Time is relative. Actually, it's not archaic. It's relative.
That's right.
So, and believe it or not, it's dependent upon another thing called gravity. Gravity and time actually work together.
That's right. That's right. I learned about
I've heard about that. Yep.
I learned about that, and it was actually reinforced through Interstellar. And that's what made my face melt when I saw that thing. I was just like loving how
the time dilation thing where like what is it? Gunbusters is a good example of that. If we're talking anime.
Yeah.
It's like 10 minutes, it's a million years. You're like, whoa, that sucks.
Well, think about it. The farther you get away from the Earth's surface, time will be different here than you are away from the planet. So let's say the people out on the space station, time is different from them than what we are here right now.
Right. I think they're actually like anybody who actually goes up there, their cells are actually like 30 seconds or like maybe about an hour younger than our cells here.
Yep. So anyway, let's get back to the anime. Delicious in the Dungeon. It's
we're talking about time dilation.
It's highly recommended anime series from me. I suggest everyone go check it out. As they said, it is available on Netflix. I watch it through another streaming service, so that's all good. I recommend it. So, I believe you had a question for each of us too. Do you want to ask me that now or wait?
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that because this was something I wrote down, but my notepad decided to say, "Oh, I'm over here now." So, because I have a memory of a freaking cardboard box as of late. So this one is going to be. We'll start off with Zan because this is the first time in a long time that you've been with us, and I think I already know half the story on it. But the question is, what was the first anime that got you into this entire genre of anime?
You know that's a rigged question, man, because if we're talking first one, officially, it's going to be Macross / Robotech back in the 80s.
Yes.
But if it's what got me back in it after I kind of got horrified by it for a while, it's going to be a mix between Ranma 1/2 and Slayers. And if you don't know Slayers, watch it. It's amazing. It's the ultimate D&D fantasy with the worst party ever and someone who really uses overkill way too much.
Raz got to throw in the Akira. Got to throw in the classics.
Oh, you can't forget about Akira.
You got to throw in Akira. If you don't,
no, he's got to go.
And Nova's going in, Bebop and Trigun. Trigun was one of my favorites.
Trigun, yep. In fact, and then even I was gonna say even the new one is okay as well. I watched
Stampede is. I like that they changed the. I don't like that they showed the arm, and they don't like that they showed the surprise in the first episode. But I do like that it's an alternate take and it's beforehand. It also shows how Meryl gets her gun in a couple.
Yes. Yep. And they changed one of the characters.
Nicholas is awesome.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah.
All right. So we got Ninja. You spoke for a bit, so I'm going to go to the next one. It's going to be Near Kind of Impressions. So Kenny, what got you?
Oh, the same question. So the same answer. My first anime that I watched. Oh, sorry, I coughed out. But was Macross. And then after I saw the Macross movie, I said, "What the hell is this? There's a series at 6 a.m. here in New York, and I can watch it, and it's Robotech. So wow, cool." And then I watched all the episodes, and then that is just what got me in there in first. And then I saw a laser disc. I saw a laser disc of Megazone 23 Part 2, and those in combination got me hooked to anime for life.
Sweet deal, sweet deal. So next person we're going to go to is this gentleman over here, Diecast Norbs. Yeah, I'll give me that pop face deal.
So the first ones that actually got me into, I could actually say Speed Racer. I could actually say Giant Robo. I could actually say a whole bunch of them. But the ones that really got me was Battle of the Planets here in America, the Spaceman Gatchaban over Space Ninja Team Gatchaban over in Japan. And the first time I was actually introduced to that's actually one of the things that actually just really just like brought me into the whole entire realm of anime and everything like that, you know, and it was just so good. And the fact that we actually kind of like, they're kind of like Power Ranger-esque characters and everything like that in a way and everything. And it's actually kind of like done as like, almost like a Monster of the Week kind of show and everything, you know, but the Phoenix was the star of the show. That this like space shuttle thing that they actually had that transformed or like exploded into a fiery phoenix at the end of almost every show just always got to me, and I love that. Plus, my first love, June, or Princess over here in America. That like she was like the first character that yeah. Like, no lie, nice. I think she was probably like my first like love anime interest and everything. So like that was actually just like a great show all around.
Can I add to that? How many times have they ripped our hearts out with toying with us and telling us there's going to be a live action or a new version? Or
there is a live action though. It's a bad live action, but there's a live action.
Yeah. Well, recently too, they toy with us and they tell us there's going to be a new version, and then it never seems to show up. So I have not seen that one that exists, but
we'll talk after. Hit me up afterwards. I'll show you the links for how bad it is.
Cool.
No, I want to see that too. You know what though? I really like. Aside from that, I would love to see like a good live action for Cutie Honey. I don't think that anybody's ever really made a good good live action for that yet.
Well, okay.
No, it's all porn fan service. Cutie Honey the Live, I just did a panel on live action adaptations, and like they're all. I mean, I love the soundtrack of them. I love that the one from the 2000s. That one has the transformation sequence, and then goes to the anime for it. Right. But they're all horrible. They're all so bad.
It is a J drama.
Everything he does is bad.
I want to say that sad. I want to say that the only thing that they really have that kind of becomes like really great as far as live action would probably be, and I've been following transformation sequences for everything for this, but like, and every time I see him, I'm just so blown away. But like every time I see like something for Kamen Rider, I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
Did you see Kamen Rider?
Real consequences in every single one of those shows and everything like that. Yes. Everybody dies. I'm just like, what? It's crazy, you know. So like, I love that show so much.
Nice.
I have a deep cut for a transformation sequence that works really well, but it's horrifying.
Yikes.
I'm going to see if I can share it.
I got to get Ninja built.
I don't want Ultra Megatrons to get in trouble for this, so never mind. But
yes, no live video feeds through the stream. As much as we would love to do that, unfortunately, due to copyright infringement, we will be boo-booed.
Wait a second. We're 8 minutes. We're 8 minutes away, so we can curse, we can swear, we can do anything.
No.
Is that a rule though? Is that a real rule?
Yeah. Well, we do the 9 o'clock thing because somebody out there is 8:30, so we got to immediately. So, but we can swear all we want to, so I don't give a fuck. So, but no, we can't show like video of anything we want to show as far as the anime stuff is because copyright infringement.
You don't mess around. But there is a live action henshin show called Hentai Kamen. It is not porn. It is about a guy who wears a panty on his face and
the one with he's Spider-Man. I remembered that one.
Oh,
yes. That reminds me. We saw it. He has a transfer which is hysterical and horrible at the same time.
I want to see that so badly now. You know, that always reminds me of Keiko Kamen. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, and there's live action for that too.
Is there really?
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's like essentially porn. It's essentially porn. Let's be honest. It's essentially porn. If you want to know more, definitely
check out doing tonight, man. Baby, I'm hopping on.
Like I said, I will send clips of these, and you'll be like, "What the hell?"
All right, we gotta get Ninja Bill now. I gotta get Ninja Bill now, man. Like everybody got theirs, and then I'll do mine last. So Ninja.
Yes.
Hi, how you doing?
Come on, Ninja Bill.
Doing well.
What? Okay, so the question is same to you. What got you into anime? Darth Vader? I did not know that.
No.
Vader did.
So believe it or not, bit of a history lesson for everyone. Does everyone know when the very first quote unquote anime ever was aired in the U.S.? Do they have a guess? Does anyone?
Wait.
1961.
1961. It wasn't Astro Boy.
Dog Astro Boy?
No, it wasn't.
No.
Wasn't that Jack Robo?
Boy
No,
was
no,
close.
it'd be Tetsugen 28. It'd be
No.
Gigantor. No?
No,
I think they had a Sega video game for him.
Gigantor is close. Okay, Magic
Okay, I
Boy.
was about to say that too.
Magic Boy is the name of
Magic
the anime.
Boy.
Magic Boy. It was the first one ever to be shown in the U.S. Gigantor, which I saw. All right, it's about 9 years before my time. 1961 is about 9. That'll tell you my age right now. It was 9 years before my time. So, the first anime I ever saw was Gigantor in I believe it was on syndication by then, and it was appearing early mornings, early weekday mornings, and I'd watch it right before I get on the bus to go to school. That was it showed, I believe, from in my area anyway, from 71 to about 77, and so that was what introduced me to anime. So and Speed Racer didn't come around until I want to say 80 something, or no, 60s. It was the 60s, I think.
I gotta do it.
Battle of the Planets
Nice.
was
I had to do it just one more time.
Oh, but yeah, so Gigantor is the one that introduced me to quote unquote anime, but the series that really got me, hooked into it, was probably what was the name of it? Star Blazers.
Star Blazers.
Oh,
man.
Star Blazers. Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, that was mind-blowing anime back then.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Star Blazers is the one that I believe is. Yeah, that was 1970, late 70s sometime. 78, 79, I think, somewhere around there that I saw it. So
super respect for that. That series is great, which is a great live
tells
action
me-
adaptation.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
very cool.
Yep,
All
old
right, so
guy. We're all old guys here, but I'm the old guy.
yeah, he got me beat.
You're like a lot more timeless than I am and everything, sir. So
He architected the pyramids, for God's sakes.
It's true.
What? Pyramids? How about this
I
guy
had,
for
to, I
pyramids?
had to judge this guy who was around a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Ninja Bill is so old he babysat Jesus.
Are you so old that your social security number is 2? Nope.
Close.
Who's
Negative
number
1.
I wonder.
Double digits.
Couple digits more. All right.
So,
Okay.
I got to get mine out the
I'm not gonna
way.
do dozens. I'm not gonna do dozens.
All right, let me get my out of the way because I actually do have an origin story for this one of how I got into anime in the beginning.
Ooh, I love origin stories.
So originally, I was saying to myself, "Oh yeah, the first one I ever watched was
You got a close up.
Gotcha Man, aka Battle of the Planets. Casey Kasem doing the voice and all that stuff." But
So cool, that guy.
as I keep thinking more and more, that was not my first anime that I got into. The first anime I actually watched, and this is going back in the day, and that's how old I am, on channel 47, not before Telemundo became Telemundo, it was a Spanish channel. And Raz would appreciate this one. My first one that I actually saw was Shogun Warriors on channel 47.
Oh, yes. See,
That was
actually
the very
one
first
of the
one.
comic books that I was actually following. I didn't realize it had an anime, though.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that was like one of the first ones I've seen.
Early 80s when it first started showing up here in the U.S.
Really?
Was it? No, I got it in the 70s. I was 5 years old back in 77, and I remembered watching it at my grandmother's house on the Spanish channel before she decided to take it over for the novella.
Yeah, you're right.
But the Spanish channels had a lot of anime early. I remember watching Trenzor Z or Mazinger Z also on the Spanish channel, and that's how I learned my Spanish. Well, I don't know any anymore, but don't test me. But yeah.
See, I always thought that those guys were actually all separate, like Raideen, Mazinger, Guy King, and like I thought, and Combattler 5, and like all these other. I thought they were all separate guys, and they were just brought over here to America to be used in the comic book and sell toys and everything like that. Because I remember I actually had Guy King myself. I had Godzilla. Friends of mine actually, and I'm so into Shogun Warriors. I love those guys so much, and the comic books were actually the ones that actually really got me into the whole thing in the first place.
Didn't Super 7 also make have figurines of those? I think Super 7 has done something.
That's right.
They probably do. Yeah, they do so many.
Yeah, so like I was actually really enthralled with those characters and everything like that. And a friend of mine next door had Mazinger. Another friend actually had Dygard, I think, and then they were like we actually had like all together. We actually had like the full group, you know.
Nice.
And then one of my cousins actually had Rodan, and that thing is just friggin' priceless and everything. I don't even know what he ever did with that thing. That thing's just beautiful, though. You know.
Hey,
Jimmy
Jimmy.
G.
I'm finally here.
Yay.
Yay!
Everything is working beautifully. We're all good. We're all good. So, as we know, we're still talking about anime and everything else. This is an anime night of Live with Ultimate Megatronus. And Raz, next time, if you're willing, I will bring you on another one next time I have it hold together, if that's cool by you.
Yeah, I was gonna say he knows probably the whole history of Transform Mazinger and all of
I know he
stuff.
mentioned Bert the Stormtrooper coming in. I tried inviting him in before, but he's got some stuff going on in his life right now that he's got to take care of. So I didn't I backed off on that just because I didn't want to bug him on anything else. But if he happens to be watching, he knows it's an open invite to come in. So all right, next one. This came from you, NyHunter, aka Ken. So
should we ask Jimmy
with the
the
next
intro
one?
question first?
I'm sorry.
What happened?
Should we ask Jimmy what got him into anime?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
right.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you. So, Jimmy, the question of the night is that what was the one thing that started you on the trend of anime and to keep going?
It was a drunken dare. No, I'm just kidding.
You too?
There's a story behind this.
No, I mean, as a kid, I always watched, what I could that came over from the States. Of course, like Macross was Robotech, and of course Voltron, and things like that. Well, and then I wanted to find some cartoons with my daughter that we can get into and some anime and things like that. And so I said, well, let's watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And so we started watching that, and then she started getting into stuff, and I kind of got out of it a little bit. And then once she started getting into some things, and she started talking to me about it, and we went to a convention, and she was naming all these people, and I'm like, I have no clue who you're talking about. And so I decided to start researching and getting back into it, and just fell down the rabbit hole and started just getting newly back into anime. So to kind of it's a good way to connect with my daughter. So like for instance, tomorrow night we'll watch the newest episode of Demon Slayer together.
Nice.
And we'll watch the newest dubbed episode of Mash'em, Magic and Muscles, and then Kaiju number 8 and all that kind of stuff. So we just kind of have, it's a great way for me to bond with her. And then I just love the figures. I mean, I started collecting the figures, and I've just fallen in love with those too as well.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Okay, so I'm going to bring in somebody. I was going to go with Ken, but I wanted to see something because this is a good comment. Ray Dean doesn't get enough love in modern times.
He
Anybody
does
familiar with
not.
that one?
He's absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I saw. Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me you got one.
And I just wanted to quickly mention that you guys were talking about live dramas, J dramas, but did you know that there is actually a Cutie Honey live drama? There
Yes.
actually is.
Yes.
It's a Cutie Honey Tears or something like that, and it's
available for Discotech. You can get it at Discotech.
I kind of want to see that.
Wow, that's nice.
You wouldn't believe the amount of J dramas has been based on anime
That
is
is
out
beautiful.
there. No, that is beautiful.
I love gold.
That's exactly what you should be saying with this guy.
Yeah.
I haven't reviewed this guy yet or anything like that, but this one actually came out from I think Mediacom was also like a short subsidiary of, I guess, DX9 or something like that. And it was actually a Miracle Toy. And I got this one over in San Francisco, over like a small toy store that was actually over there. And I still love this guy so much and everything. Had it for like about years now and everything. It's still just brilliant. Transformable too. So
It's an awesome figure.
Oh yeah.
I think he meant to say so shiny, but you know how we can all error on the keyboards.
It is after 10 now.
so good.
Here we go. He's like, let me correct that. So shiny. We know what you meant. I just had to post it up. I mean, I haven't seen anything that funny since the day that my wife decided to text message me saying, "Oh, honey, we're having dinner tonight. I'm masturbating the chicken." Instead of saying marinating, she said masturbating. So the guys were like, "What's so funny?" I was like, "I guess my wife's making dinner and she's making jerk chicken."
Okay.
Ouch!
Good play on
Ouch!
words.
Bad pun! Ouch!
Do I need to do it to myself?
Yes.
Do I need to?
Yes.
You do.
I need a vote,
You
guys.
do.
Do I need to do it? Vote. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll
Yes.
do it because I did such a horrible pun.
Sweet.
All right, back to business, though, gentlemen. Okay, so Ken, you were the next one, and on your suggestion of the top 5 that you want, I'm going to bring up the number 1 pick that you had said, which is Fear and Beyond: Journey's End. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, like Ninja Bill too. Yeah. It's just a beautiful anime. It was written, drawn, the story, and it is after the party wins the day, after you defeat the demon, the number 1 bad guy. What do you do after? And it takes it goes through.
Basically, the premise is
it's really good. Go
Frieden
ahead.
is an elf.
You can tell him all the
a
rest.
very long-lived species, right? And so the story is about her. Journey's End is about her after they beaten her and the hero party that she belonged to has beaten the demon lord, and she, she has to live with she's learning to live with the loss of her friends that she went on this journey with, and
Hey, wait a minute! I thought Ken was explaining it.
Oh, that's all right. He's giving an adjunctive speech. So.
Okay.
and so she, along the way, she, like, Hyter is a priest, but he's also a drunkard. So when she finally goes to see him before he dies, she goes to see him so they can meet their friend, the hero, quote unquote hero, before he passes on, from old age. And there she is introduced to, her, what will be her new apprentice, Fern. And so she starts a journey with Fern, and then they pick up the next one, and they have sort of alternates, take over the, 4th slot here and there. And Stark is the next one they picked up after Fern, and he's sort
Don't
of,
give everything away though. But yeah, it's a beautiful story.
Man, it really, the art is amazing. The attention to detail in it is amazing. The story is written so well, and it grips you emotionally. I mean, it does.
Yeah, it does. And that's the one main thing. If I can jump in there, is like, it's like Ninja Bill said, it's after the big battle, but it's right. The elf can live 1,000 years or more, and so it's so many more than a human, that there's a lot of like politics and a lot of different like feelings between humans and elves and other
cultures
races
change
too.
over time.
Cultures,
It's a very melancholy show that deals with the human condition in a really well done way. Also, we do get Frieren keep trying to get that grimoire with that. What is it? 0.01%. It's not a mimic.
That's right.
Every time it's a mimic.
Wait, what was the name of the show again, please?
Frieren,
Frieren,
Frieren.
Yeah, it's really well done, and it's just one of the better
Soho
series.
no Frieden is really the shorts after the show. Soho no Frieden is really funny. Soho no Frieden. So basically, every time she finds a new grimoire, like one to make people wake up on time, and or one to make alcohol, disappear from a drink, Hyder walks in, and they're all saying, "Oh, it still tastes just like beer." And Hyder walks in, takes one sip, and he's like, "What is this?" Like, oh,
very cool.
Yeah, so Frieden is really, really good stuff.
But totally recommended because of just that angle too. It's just I've never seen that angle in anime, so it's a really good story and well done.
If you like that one, definitely check out the manga spin-offs, especially the one which is Himuru Tabo Niki, which is from Himmel's point of view the entire journey. It's his travel diary.
Oh, nice.
And Shubo no Frieren, which is Frieren trying to cook, which is like apparently really, really horrible.
I haven't read that one yet.
I want to see that one. I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Again, food manga. I'm a huge fan of.
I love. Yeah, Food Wars. Someone mentioned Food Wars in the chat.
Yeah,
that was
good.
That was
yeah.
my hook.
But Frieren is Frieren. That series is so great, and so
I love the food Sakai. We're a restaurant to another world.
That
yes,
was good.
yes, and otherworldly Izakaya Nobu.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Izakaya Nobu is great. Yeah.
And my favorite still is Wakako Zake, just because.
Oh yeah.
2 minutes and just like go to a bar, eat food, drink. That's it.
Yeah. And
Nice.
you get hungry watching them. You really, really do. Oh my
No,
God.
you do. It's Food Wars too. You have to like have chips on you or something.
Big
Yeah.
Oh
he
yeah,
has
Big M.
Drive safe, man. Drive safe. All right, so I'm gonna get to the next person for the anime portion of this. Zan. And you there?
Yo.
There you are.
Yo,
Yep.
what are we
Everybody's
doing?
background keeps changing. This is the one.
I'm
I
about
love
to change
it.
mine. Which one are we doing?
Well, okay, so this is. I'm trying to remember if this is one because when I did all you guys' lists of the top fives, I know you guys did some honorable mentions, and I'm trying to remember who sent what. So I'm gonna go. Was one of them? I'm gonna go with this one that you said. Either this is the one that reignited you. I want to say, but no. Let's talk JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. That's your.
Let's go JoJo's. Let's talk about the awesome and amazing and horrible story of the JoJo family and their constant fighting with vampires and people who make you lick stuff, and how Araki is pretty much a vampire. The author is a vampire because he's not changed in years. If you've not got on the JoJo's train, wow, it is a fucking insane ride because part one is about Jonathan Joestar in England in 1800s, and his adopted brother is a psychopath named Dio Brando. Crazy shit happens involving vampires, Jack the Ripper jumping out of a horse, the power that is known simply as Hamon. Then part two, we get a trio of a quartet of vampires named AC/DC, Cars. Let's see the other ones, Wham, and of course the one in Santana, who are trying to stop being vampires. And this is now with Jonathan Joestar, George Joestar, who is the grandson of Jonathan Joestar. Part three is involving his grandson. So it follows. It gets more and more insane as we go on. Right now we're up to Jolene, which is Stone Ocean, and hey, we're about to get even more weird. It's like Rikio, where you're just like, fuck it, just keep going. Especially because
how are you, sir?
I think I will add this. I am not a fan of the JoJo series. I'm sorry. Look, I
can respect it.
I am not a fan of the artwork. I'm just not. I just can't.
Well, the artwork is
did you watch? Well, have you checked the art from the beginning to the point because he has evolved?
No,
originally
no. I watched the first 10 episodes of the original series. And I was
skip that.
The second series, I tried to pick that up, and I was like, no, I still I can't do it.
What happened is that Araki starts out copying the Bronson or Fist of the North Star art style, which is that big, bulky, beefy man. But then eventually he transitions to more following like models, and they look like short. And that changes over time.
That's what just
throws you off. That's fine. That's again.
Oh, I think that's actually great. It was actually just brilliant. The fact that they were actually using like fashion model-esque character, and I think it was actually a combination of both the fashion model-esque thing and the whole thing with the Fist of the North Star style and everything that actually just really got me into the whole thing in the first place. And
I enjoy the fact that these characters aren't like, besides the artwork is all over the place. I'm not going to lie. But what I love about the story is that this is not a Dragon Ball-esque shonen power creep. Watch repeat. This is, you have your powers and that's it. Your powers have these infinite things, and it's the creativity behind the powers that work. It's like, okay, my power has a 5-foot reach. What can I do? Yes, we have Star Platinum's ultimate power, which it turns out, but everyone else's is so like, you have to think about it. Think about Josuke from part 4. Josuke's power literally is he fixes things. Yeah, he could punch it, but he could fix. That's all he does. He heals. That's his whole power. But then meanwhile, then you have someone like Oingo Boingo, where Oingo's power is he can transform, and then Boingo's is, I have a comic book that tells the future. It says I'm going to die.
That reminds me of Heroes. That is a great angle. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's each power is different and unique, and they all are weird, and it just
Right.
goes more crazy. But I do agree that it is not for everybody. It does get weird. Some people say that it's misogynistic. Other people say it is very well.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to a comment that Chauncey had said. He's like, I only really liked JoJo parts 1 to 2. After that, it got too video gamey with the stands.
See, I was going to talk about the stands too, because I think that's one of the things that
the stands are when it's either you either love it when it gets to the stands or you hate it after the stands. That is the defining thing.
The one thing that I think is actually brilliant about the
And
stands
welcome
is that
Lady.
it's a power that's actually within themselves, that's actually a part of them, but it's actually something that they use on the outside of their bodies. And I think that was just brilliant. You know,
There is a live action adaptation that shows how the stands work so well that it's actually on YouTube right now. You can watch part 4, and they do a great job where they're kind of like illusions that you don't see, but you can see the effects that they do. And also, I love the fact that the stands, you hurt the stand, you get hurt. It's not it's my special power that does its own thing. It's no, you have to deal with that.
Mm.
Is that Aphoretta? Or is
no,
that's
is not that
SAO. That's SAO.
SAO, yeah.
Ari Floretta is a good,
It's an amazing series. It is really good, and the light novels are great.
I'm a big fan of it. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
Jimmy G, jump in anytime you want to, man. I
have never watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's on my list to watch. That's
it's a lot to watch
when my daughter is not in the room.
If you don't like dogs getting hurt, don't watch the first season with her.
She would probably freak out on that.
Just slight spoilers. Dio puts JoJo's dog in an oven just because he hates JoJo that much.
Delicious.
So basically, he becomes John Wick. This JoJo's Bizarre Adventure becomes John Wick of the 21st century.
So no. This is 1890, so he's not that. He's 1900. But either way, it's kind of. Jonathan, I hate Jonathan Joe. Sorry, he's a pussy. Sorry, that's mean of me to say. He is someone who's just not as well as the other JoJos. He's also very boring, and he doesn't man up. He really needs to man up. The best one is Jonathan, I think.
Right, everybody's putting some kind of background. I got to put a background on mine too.
I got to figure out me too as well.
I have unicorn.
Virtual background. What do I got?
Yeah, very nice, Ninja.
This is the closest I'll get to a virtual background for right now.
Yeah,
nice.
Cool graph paper. Reminds me of high school.
I don't have a virtual background. I wonder if I can actually do that on my iPad.
I probably.
And for those in the chat, throw you on your own virtual background, please.
Everybody gets a background. You get a background.
Everybody,
I will not. Like I said, the artwork is what's thrown me off. I will say it has a good storyline. All right, for the most part, it has a good storyline and character development, which we all love. That's what keeps a lot of people coming back to a series as long as there's good characters.
I'd say just give the live action J movie a chance. It's actually really good.
Yeah. I'm not much of a and it kind of reminds too much of a shonen type anime, and I'm not a shonen guy. I'm more of an isekai or sky.
Well, this is it's more seinen. It goes to a seinen series by part 3. It gets a seinen, so it's for us. It's not even though Steel Ball Run is.
In many ways, it reminds me of Donghua.
Okay, I could see that.
Because all of them's got this, this MacGuffin that suddenly propels them. Look, nothing against. I watched some Donghua. As a matter of fact, I had it. You'll hear about a few of my favorites here, when we get to it. But one of the things I didn't like it seemed too much like Donghua to me, and I was like, okay. The thing with Donghua, I was about to explain.
For everyone who doesn't know it, explain Donghua.
Okay, so Donghua is a stupid fly flying around. Yeah. Anyway,
I sent it to you, man.
Yeah, Donghua is a Chinese anime, right? And most of the time, they also have a regular cell animation type thing, computer animation type. But most of the more, I would say, professional ones. Well, they're all professional, but are completely CG, and I'm talking, either from really bad CG, old school gaming CG, to the most top tier CG that is available today, and it's really good stuff. But I don't want too much. I'll save some of this for when I talk about the series that I added to my list later. So back to you guys, because I love Chinese donghua. Don't get me wrong, but the problem with Chinese donghua is it's kind of always the same thing, no matter what series or you're watching, because it really is. It's so generic. It's almost silly.
Why the heck not? All righty. So I will go to Norbs next.
Okay.
You guys just do this really quickly because I had to make sure I was getting the right one. And what in the hell? I don't know what color.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. Oh, that's you. That's
I could see the bottom of your logo there.
All right, let me get to my only thing. There we go. I'll stick with this for a bit because we're doing background changes. So, Norbs, you had brought up a couple of good ones on here, and I'm gonna bring up one that I'm not familiar with. These guys might be. Chainsaw Man.
Ah, see, there we go. Guy makes a deal with his dog and everything like that to actually keep himself alive, and the dog is actually a demon himself and everything. So I forget what actually happened to the main character. I can't remember the main character's name offhand.
Denki gets eaten by zombies pretty much because he gets sold to zombies from the mob that he owes money to.
Visual aid provided by Jimmy G.
Yeah, there he goes. Chainsaw Man is actually pretty epic and everything, and so like he actually makes his deal, and the dog actually becomes his heart. I think he actually eat his heart or something in order to like become his heart, and then he actually gets the abilities of like this whenever any trouble is actually afoot, whenever he actually needs this ability and everything, he's just got this giant chainsaw on his face and on his hands and everything like that, just like what we actually saw with Jimmy's figure over there, and it's just such a good show. Everything about that is great. You know what? One of the things that I love about that show altogether is that Tokyo, and don't get me if I'm wrong, or I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like Tokyo actually plays another character in that story and everything, because just for the backdrop alone, it's just amazing to me, and so all this guy actually really wants is he actually just wants to feel some boobs. He actually wants to he wants to get to his like the first time that he's ever had like anything whatsoever with a woman, and so as he's actually going along, his chief is actually kind of like the woman of his dreams. So like as he's actually going along from every single story to the next and everything, he keeps on getting closer and closer to his goal and everything like that, which is what he really wants. And just I might be doing it pretty vaguely, and I think somebody else might be able to like take over here and everything, but just so good. If you actually get a chance to check it out. I think it's on Hulu or something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
On Hulu. It's on Crunchyroll. It's on I think it's on Netflix too.
I think I was looking for it on Netflix, but I couldn't find it anywhere or anything like that. But like, such a good show.
You have Power, the greatest character of all time. Oh, Power!
Jimmy G, jump in on this conversation whenever you want to, man. You're like, good. See, I love this. That not only talking about the anime, we're actually getting visuals of the anime.
Spoiler alert! Don't get too attached to her.
No, I was already attached to her.
We still need to get her driving Kobini's car and crashing it, and then blaming Kobini.
And there goes that little demon dog and everything. He was taking care of it because the dog didn't have any food whatsoever or anything like that. And showed it some kindness, and that's what led to their transaction. Just so good. Everything about that show is just so good.
What's so bad is like I binged it, and then it's like I want to know more, and so that's why I got Shonen Jump, because you can read the chapters and things like that. And then a buddy of mine got me into it. Goes, don't you know that the spoilers come out like 3 days before? And I'm like, so let me go do that. So like with Jujutsu Kaisen, they're on break right now, but the next week, and I'm like, what is going on? And so it is that, but Chainsaw Man, it's epic. It is an epic one. It's really, really good. And again, just the struggles of someone who wants to survive and just be loved, pretty much.
Right.
It's
I think that's what. I think that's kind of like why I actually kind of like feel like I kind of like got like into that character altogether and everything like that. I think there are like a lot of commonalities there and everything like that with me and that character and everything. But it's so good though. Everything about it, all the characters are actually well crafted and everything. And again, Tokyo just being a character and everything altogether, it just really floors me.
You need to get this figure, Norbs. You need to get the SH Figure Arts Power.
Power, yes,
it's really good. And SH Figure Arts Chainsaw Man's good. I know. What's her name? Machina's coming out soon. Now 3-0 has some figures of them too that look really cool. They're like more of a 1/6 scale that look really, really good too as well. And then of course the Nendroid, if you like cute, that's that one. So so there you go.
Oh, that's cool. Really I love those.
There's lots of playability with them and things like that, especially with Power. She has her daggers and things like that too as well. So just really, really cool figures too.
Well, SH Figure Arts usually does the bang up job on like everything that they actually touch and everything. You know,
it's funny. So the video of mine that has the most views is a Gojo battle between SH Figure Arts and Anime Heroes, and it's almost at 100,000 views, which is crazy.
Wow!
And
nice.
But everyone's like, Figma's better, Figma's better, Figma's better. So it's funny. I bought an open box Figma figure. I had to send it back, and I opened it up, and it was kind of like spoiler alerts. The Gojo was in half, and so then I'm like, oh man, so I've got to get that Figma figure again because I want to do a part 2. So that if you say Figma's better, I'm going to try it out, see if it is, or see if the Figure Arts one is still the champion. But I heard like Figma's more anime accurate, whereas the SH Figure Arts is more kind of manga kind of accurate on that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that covered with. So the next one's going to go to Jimmy G. And I'm going to give him this one because this is kind of... So, Jimmy, before we all came on the air, I was telling the boys that while I was setting up my light, my Go Lion figure, the original, had slipped off the table and the right arm part of the plastic shattered. It's okay. It's okay. It's salvageable. It's still salvageable. I can fix it. Crazy glue will go a long way. And Bondo. But since we're on the topic of Go Lion, that is going to be the one that you had put on your top 5. So let's go with Beast King Go Lion / Armored Fleet Daruger 4, and take it away.
So all 3 of them, of course the one that's didn't come over to the States, the Gladiator version. I forgot how you pronounce it, but yeah, the vehicle one, golly, they teased it at the end of the Netflix, and I'm like,
I know.
I hope they do it, and I don't know, but I hope so because I thought Netflix did a really, really great job with Legendary Defender.
I hear those are going to be reissued. The Netflix series toys are going to be reissued.
Yes, which is going to be great. But I
missed out on them, so yeah, it's going to be great.
I really want but it's expensive. Blitzway is coming out with their Netflix version of Voltron.
No!
It's going to be
that's a couple hundred.
So I've got the KO of the Blitzway, which is the metal club muscle
bear.
I may have to re-get him.
So beautiful.
For 100, and I think I got it for 150. It's freaking amazing.
I may have to replace my old one for that one because I'm still going to fix it. It's just
But there was something cool about.
I keep on thinking about getting the Netflix version, but that Metal Bear one, like as soon as I saw your review on it, I was just like, God damn it, that thing looks amazing. I love it.
I'm an enabler. That's what I am.
Most of the Voltron
Jimmy,
are really awesome.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to shut this off. You guys keep talking. I'm just gonna shut something off really quick.
One of the things that really attracted me to Voltron, of course, that was one of the few toys. Again, I knew my parents spent a crap ton of money trying to get in that Matchbox set, and they didn't really have a lot of money. And it was just like really, really cool thinking hindsight. And it was just a really, really great. Oh no, he's in half.
I'm only doing it because that part was loose. But take a close look, buddy.
He's complete.
He's got Hans.
Yep.
He's got Hans.
He's got Hans.
Where'd you get the
He's
hands?
here to pump you up.
Bro, where'd you get the hands? I was actually looking for those hands all over the place for you too.
Talk to Ken. Please, Ken hooked me up with it. And for everybody that doesn't know, Jimmy G hooked me up with Daruger. Ken hooked me up with getting the hands.
Nice. Yeah, a friend
Nice.
3D printed them. Mhm.
But
Cool.
what really like also just the cartoons were so great. The Lions. It was funny. It's like they go through all this whole battle, and then it's like, oh well, we'll just form Voltron, get the blazing sword out, and just chop things in half.
Yeah.
And one of my
Why did you
favorite
start with
though,
that?
Yeah, why do you even try?
yeah, one of my favorite episodes though is when they couldn't do it with Voltron and they had to do it as the Lions, and so it was so cool. And but just
That was on a newer Voltron series, right?
Yep, that was
Yeah,
Legend
okay.
Defenders had that episode.
yeah, and then of course the one thing I really want, Blitzway has the Dark Voltron coming out, which if y'all remember,
Beautiful
Hagar
one,
the
yeah.
Witch made an evil Voltron, and they both fought each other, which was just so cool. But really, that was what introduced me a lot to anime as a kid. I didn't know it was called anime at the time because again, it came on Saturday morning with cartoons like Transformers and things like that. But it was just so freaking cool. And I'm like, man, if they could do that, I know that they had Super God Master Force for Transformers with the Pretenders and things like that. But I would love to see just a mix of regular like Transformers and then humans in robots' bodies and things like that too as well.
That'd be kind of cool, yeah.
You can bring that kind of Pretender feel back, or they can just empower the humans. Here you go. Here's some vessels for y'all to use or whatever. Which they kind of started doing with the Headmasters way, towards the end. But that's just cool because it makes you feel like as a kid that I get to pilot a lion. I could pilot a lion and I get to be the hero and things like that. And the one thing I wish they would release, I need some row beasts. I need some like really big row beasts
Yep.
kind of have to with the coffin
They only
that
had
comes
2,
flying
right?
in, and just dropping them off. That would be so cool. And then the vehicle Voltron, I don't think it gets enough love. It kind of like,
Yes.
as that came out, it was kind of everyone was kind of through with Voltron in the States, but I don't think it gets enough love.
You're right.
Is it? Oh, no, yeah. Raz is saying is that, but that's Diaclone, no?
Who's Diaclone?
A vehicle.
Ruger?
The vehicle Voltron now.
No.
No.
I didn't
Two
think
different
so.
Bandai and Diaclone is Hasbro and or
Takara.
Takara actually, but and Bandai is the Go Lion. So yeah.
All right, so I guess it's my turn because I cover everybody for the first question round of like anime on the top 5. All right, so I should be ashamed of myself. I'm not gonna hit the shame button because I'm too lazy right now. But my wife was like, "Oh, you're throwing in yours too?" I was like, I didn't think about me. I was thinking about everybody else. She's like, "Well, why don't you throw yours in too?" And I was like, "Okay, what should I throw in?" And she's like, "Well, what's the first anime that we saw together?" And courtesy of this man down here, introduced me to a series that is currently on Netflix, in fact, with extended episodes. Bastard.
I've been wanting to see that too.
Bastard. When I first saw, I know the voice actors changed, but just watching it for the first time and the whole story about like how this all became, I just busted out laughing. I'm like, my God, this is awesome. It's just busting on Dee Snider and all these other freaking rock and roll freaking, and then it's just like, what the hell? I can't even get too much.
Yeah, it's what happens if the '80s hair band lead, gets his wish and becomes an all powerful wizard. And
That's awesome.
And I loved it.
Cool.
With the power of his staff, he becomes horny.
I just love all the little deep cuts like King Diamond. The fact that the city is Metallicana.
Yeah.
The 90s OVA was so good. The new series is really good too because you get 2 seasons of it and it gets more into all the craziness with the fact that
I'm surprised that they actually got away with that because remember when the OVA came out, it was like what, 8 episodes, 6 to 8 episodes, right? And then they shut it down.
And the creator died.
Best bad guy, the vampire. Best bad guy, the vampire. I laughed so hard.
King Diamond is the best character.
Yes.
Actually, I did not know this, that they had a Super Nintendo version of Bastard. I did not know that.
I didn't.
So wait a second. So is it more comedic or is it more like on the serious side?
It's a mixture of it. There's some really dark. It's like super ultra violent, but then it has stupid parts like the fact that Darsh is like, you can't defeat me because you're ugly and I am the main character because I'm handsome.
Oh, I need to see it. It's actually on my list right now.
But it is super like gory. It's rapey. There's some parts that are really what the fuck.
Yeah, anime.
Anime. 80s anime with a lot of what is the word? It's
TNA.
I forgot. It's the term for British for R rating it.
Lots of fan service.
Yeah, a lot of fan
service. Love it.
No, but that's not what I'm looking for. But it's like they added cursing and other things in the dub to make it more edgy.
Yeah, and you know, he's fighting out people. Look, I Shinobi Beer. You see the Ninja Bill, right? Okay, I get so sick of people saying ninjas. There's no such word. The plural for ninja is ninja, whether it be
not
one
ninja.
No, whether it be 1 or 1,000,000, it's ninja.
Well, hold on. There's Kampai.
Not even if you're going ninjas.
There's magpie.
Yeah, ninjas isn't a word. Ninjas isn't a word. Ninja is the word. Like I said, whether it be 1 or 1,000,000, ninja.
What about ninjutsu?
But if you're in Japan, but in America, where we massacre everything, ninjas.
Yeah, ninjas.
We put an S at the end of it all.
All right, so we're gonna go around to the second round of our top fives. Then just going back to you. So this one, I'm bringing up. And it's a tour, Soul Land and Soul Land 2.
Yes, so Soul Land and Soul Land 2 are the Chinese Dongma series I mentioned, and I first got introduced to Soul Land via the really crappy, and I mean horrible live drama. And it's awful. Oh my god, it's awful. So I was like, okay, this has got to be based on something probably better than this. So I went looking, and it's based on a Chinese novel series. The author has done several and several of his books have been adapted into Donghua and television and whatnot. But so I went looking, and basically it's about a guy who gets who belongs to the sect, and he, gets sort of betrayed, and he gets thrown into another world, and in this world is like spiritual powers and all that, and he grows, his powers grow, and along the way he meets a spirit beast animal who's become human, and it's Wu. That's her name is Wu, and Zhao Wu, and she's a rabbit. Literally, she's a 100,000-year-old or a 400,000-year-old rabbit beast that transformed into a human. Pardon me. Lots of congestion. I was sick not a few days ago. Anyway, so it's a really it's 266 episodes, people.
Wow,
that's a lot.
That's just Land.
That's a lot compared to what other animes that have been out for God knows how long.
Yeah, 266 episodes. So, and they're all 20 to 22-minute long episodes, and it's a really the CG is above and beyond. At first, it starts out a little rough because it's when it started out, but it cleans up so well. I mean, it's just really well done. Beautiful backgrounds. I mean, the backgrounds are just amazing. Everything looks great. Really professionally done. I think it's done by Tencent Anime, and it's really good. And then Soul Land 2, which is also adapted from the manhwa, is just started. I think it's only like 40 episodes in, or no, I think it's up to about 64 episodes now. But it's also based on the book. Now the mangas, I think it's up to Soul Land 5, I think, because basically once the first character in the first series becomes a quote unquote god, right, he decides, okay, you know what, I there's some problems going on up here in the heavens, and I'm going to sort things out by creating new gods, and since Soul Land 2, etc. And so I watch a lot of that. Another favorite series of mine in the Donghua is Swallowed Star, and it's basically the sort of the same thing about spiritual powers, except now you got high tech and in space. So it's really good. As a matter of fact, I found out recently that Throne of Seal, another one, Donghua, Soul Land, and Swallowed Star all sort of take place within the same larger cosmic universe. So I was like, oh, that's interesting, because usually they're separate things, separate continuities, but no, these three actually take place alongside each other, and it's pretty fun stuff. I do recommend it. It's got a look. If you know what wuxia is, I'm sure Ken does, because we were just talking about Hong Kong shows that he likes to watch. So wuxia is a big part of Hong Kong theater. It's basically fantasy, action, romance. Well, Donghua is pretty much the same thing as wuxia. So that's what it is. It's great. And I wish I could show you. I don't want his channel to get in any trouble. Otherwise, I briefly show you an image of the opening image.
Can we get away with images? You guys know
Yeah,
legality.
I think you can. As long as you're actually, as long as it's based on teaching.
Legality, guys, because you guys have been doing this way longer than I have.
Yeah, anything can actually be done if we're actually doing it about teaching our parody.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
It's not a video, so that don't count.
All right, give me just a minute here. Share screen. A
few moments later.
All right, so yeah, so this is basically
Hold on. Let me zoom in. Add to the stage, and cameraman zoom times 2.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, this is the main character of Soul, the original Soul Land, right? So this is him before he gets isekai'd into his new world. So, he did his old world and his new world, and I was telling you, this is it. This is the rabbit I was telling you about, Zhao Wu. So, and his other teammates, they're called Shrek. Yes. If you're thinking, wait a minute, Shrek, what? That's deliberate, right? They're called the Shrek 7. So yeah, it's great. The great series. I'll show you real quick. Another one is Swallowed Star, and it's basically it takes place in space. I mean, and here at the end of every episode, they show design. How they design the character and whatnot, so you could get to see that. It's pretty fun. But yeah, it takes place in space, so it's pretty fun. It's all high tech and monsters and kaiju and all that good stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And that so you see this main character, that's the main character, right? Well, towards the end of the series, bit of a he turns into that. A kaiju.
Oh wow!
He turns into Godzilla practically.
That kind of reminds me of one of the mimetic beasts from.
Looks like the Matthew Broderick Godzilla with a horn on it.
Yep, and this is Babata, his AI assistant Babata. So apparently a fan favorite. So that's
Babata.
Cool. That's his AI assistant. And like I said, the last one I watch a lot of is called Throne of Seal, and again, these are all I didn't know they were all related, but they are, and you can't really see that all that well. And boy, really small images. Yeah, really small images. I mean, it's no, back up. No video.
Heck, Scott. Reminds me of something I did last week. I don't know. All right, Zan, you are next. And I was actually looking at this. I was checking out the list that you gave me again.
Real quick, may I cut in? If you
want to, you're fired.
If people want to, I'm about to tell them where they can
find. Go ahead.
There is a site where they give English subtitle releases of this called Lucifer Donghua. And
what happened? I didn't do that.
And look what happened.
Whoa, I didn't kick him out. I swear. I did not kick him out.
I think whatever series.
No, I did not kick him out.
Coincidence?
It was copyright.
No, I swear to God, I didn't do that.
It was China.
It was the copyright police. They're like, no.
As a
Ninja,
Chinese person, I can
you
say
got
that.
booted out. That wasn't the one that pulled the trigger this time. Oh, whoa. Well, meanwhile,
talk about us, eh?
so
We'll see about that.
I don't want to be rude. I want to. Part of me wants to wait for him to come back on beforehand.
well, I'm going to get to you. Well, you're next. So, Zan, one of the ones I wanted to bring up because it looks comical and it is called the Apothecary Diaries.
Yep. Hold on 1 sec. I'll swap this out. So, Apothecary Diaries.
Yep. And guys, as long as I guess we do pictures, we're legal. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's actually the way it works, because like as long as
There we
you're
go.
talking, as long as you're teaching about it, or as for teaching tutorials and that sort of
Ninja,
thing.
I did not click you out. I swear to God on that one. I did not pull last week.
That was me.
Good?
My power went for a second there, and I don't know what happened.
That's not good. I hope everything's all right.
Yeah.
But
So we're going to Zan right now.
We just had some storms, so maybe that caused, I don't know, but my power went for a minute. So,
well,
meanwhile, Jimmy, you doing okay over there? I love that background you got.
So anyway, Lucifer Donghua, that's where people
nice.
can go watch.
It's the World Trade Center, right?
What?
The rumbling. Why the rumbling?
What?
What was it called?
yeah.
Oculus.
And
The World Trade Center.
Well, it's the Oculus, I think.
Yep.
wow.
So anyway, pretty much Apothecary Diaries. What is the deal? You know all those procedural shows like House or any mystery show, like where there's a problem that happens and someone has to solve it? That is what Apothecary Diaries is about. It's about a girl named Mao Mao who is an apothecary. She's a pharmacist, and one day she gets kidnapped by 3 guys, and she's sold into the inner harem or the inner palace of the emperor. What is her new gig? Well, she's like, you know what? I don't want these guys to get drunk or on my dime, so I'm going to just act stupid. No one's going to bother me. Unfortunately, something happens when the two brightest flowers in the emperor's garden have some problems, some really bad problems. And ironically, Mao Mao knows how to save the day and figure it out. So despite what she wants to do, which is not make herself known, she saves the day and she ends up becoming a major player in the background of the emperor and in this back court. Now, this is not Donghua. Actually, that's the cool part. It isn't, but it is. There are 3 different versions, and they're all amazingly addictive. We have the manga, we have the anime, and we have the light novel, which just dropped. And it is all unique because it goes into Mao Mao, who is, besides being an apothecary, she's also a poison otaku. She's obsessed with poison. She poisons herself for fun. Her arm is all scarred up with snake bites, spider bites, acid burns, so she can't really be poisoned. But she's interested in the saving people and doing some interesting stuff as well.
Sounds like Dr. Nine.
Kind of, but not really. More like she's in a like people are trying to use her for a chess match, and she's the one who's just kind of like, okay, whatever, I don't care as long as I don't as long as it doesn't impart my issue, my situation. Because like I said, the first thing is she doesn't want the guys who kidnapped her to make money. So what happens is that when she gets brought up and is like, we're gonna make her a lady in waiting, her boss is like, okay, so you don't want to fill these guys' cups, no problem. Here, hold this vase. And the girl gives Mao Mao a huge vase and then drops it and says, oh, you're so clumsy. That was a 15 million yuan vase. You and your family now have to pay for it. It's like, oh no, this is so sad. Make them use all the money that you give me to pay for this vase back. And then she gets a stipend, which isn't part of her salary. So she gets her money back. There's also stuff going on with her father, who's completely nuts, who suffers from aphantasia. He can't see people except for the love of his life, who's her mother, and her. Everyone else he sees is chess pieces.
Huh.
It is crazy. It is weird. It is well done. And it's really funny because Mao Mao is also, there is something really wrong with her because she doesn't understand the basic social dynamics. Like, for example, her boss has her make an aphrodisiac, and her fellow ladies in waiting think, "Ooh, a snack," and they eat it. And they're like, "What the hell did you do?" Mao Mao just walks up to them, lifts up their skirt, and says, "Ah, they're fine." the crazy part is that this is a targeted towards female audiences. It isn't a men's magazine. It is a seinen. It's for guys over the age of 18, which is interesting. The anime has 2 seasons out right now. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Somebody said something.
I thought someone was saying something. Mao Mao is probably one of my favorite series and characters right now, and this series is super addictive. Just how unique it gets, and how each of the characters are setting up for so much more. There's things that are building upon itself. For example, her boss, who is the head, is a eunuch. Turns out there's more going on, and he's not a eunuch. So it's a whole thing, which is really addictive for what it is, and it is a beautiful sequence. Also, like I said, there's some really fucked up things in this, like the fact that she's missing her pinky finger because her mom is nuts.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make a direct correlation, but Dr. Miss Nine is sort of along the same premise, but not.
Oh no, I wasn't. Ninja Bill, I wasn't shitting on
that. No. I was just saying, for those who are not familiar, Dr. Miss Nine is sort of the same thing. The premise sounds similar, but they're not remotely the same thing.
Yeah, no, the premise of them of her having to solve the little mysteries and the different things is very similar to that. The mysteries are not all medical ones. For example, one is about an inheritance between 3 brothers who were given different things, and it's kind of a science question, because if they're in the right place, something will happen, and then they can figure out how to do the thing that they need to do. Another one is, why did this group of people get poisoned when everyone around didn't poison them? How did they get poisoned? These little mysteries that work out really well.
Yeah, nice.
Also, you do get this drama between Mao Mao and her boss Jinshi, and this whole thing of like, he is into her because she does not give 2 craps about how he looks, and then when things happen, she doesn't understand why he's pissed off at her. Like, there's a moment when she gets out of her, the whole thing happens, and there's a misunderstanding where he thinks she did something. I'm not gonna say, because again, I don't want to get Baz in trouble, but like, he freaks out about it, and she's like, "Oh, something happened. You drop your teacup. You're okay. I'm gonna go pick this up. Stay on." And the guy's like just stone frozen, like. It's a really funny sequence where it's like he just breaks, and she just doesn't realize that he's broken, and then later on, her mistress is laughing her ass off, like, "You're an idiot."
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Was there any more? I was going to throw in the next one.
No, go for the next one. Go for the next one.
All right. This is going to Norbs because he came in third. All right. So what can I give you here? All right. I know there's going to be some heat, or there might be some heat. I'm not sure. Or there might be some good things with it. Fooly Cooley. What the hell is that about?
It's actually really, really awesome. So, like, there's like a lot of stuff that's actually going on in Fooly Cooley. A lot of it is actually pretty nonsensical. A lot of it is not. It actually involves this guy, what's his name ago? Nyota, who's actually the main character of the story. He actually befriends this character called Haruko, who's actually this alien who actually comes down, who's actually looking for. She's actually on Earth looking for something, and it's actually supposed to be. I think there were these guitars that actually have like these elements of power and that sort of thing in them and everything like that, you know. And Naito is actually pretty much. Nyota is actually pretty much. I forget exactly how old he's actually supposed to be. I think he's like a middle schooler and everything like that. And his brother actually leaves and everything to go to the United States and everything like that. And his girlfriend and his brother's girlfriend is actually kind of like hanging out with him, so then she could actually kind of like be close to her brother and everything. And there's all this other stuff that actually goes on in there and everything. You actually have his father, who's actually kind of like almost lecherous and everything like that, and everything that he actually does and everything like that. And like there is a lot of great like sequences in anime and everything like that in there, where it actually becomes like there's like you have like your study tone of anime and everything like that, and then you actually have things that are actually broken up to be that's actually so artistically interesting. Everything about that show is just really amazing. But it's actually kind of like more of a lighthearted anime more than anything else.
It's about puberty.
What?
It's about puberty.
It is about puberty.
Literally,
I don't know,
it is about puberty. Even the writer.
I never thought about it being about puberty, though.
Yeah,
you know?
the writer said, "Look, it's about puberty. It's about getting horny. It's about a kid."
Well, that's what Fully Cooley is actually supposed to be all
We got
about.
thumbs up from,
Like that, but
we got thumbs up from Jimmy G on that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even kidding. It's literally what the writers.
There we go. Thumbs up on that one, Jimmy. That put you up. So, in fact, you know what? Now I can get away with using this tonight. Where are you? There you go.
Yeah, it never dawned on me
Nice.
that it would actually be that it was actually about puberty, about puberty and everything like that, you know. But I'm actually wondering. So, like, does that mean that all the weaponry and all the things that are actually stored in Nyhunter's head is actually Because I'm actually thinking about guitars. I'm thinking about the robot that was actually included in there also and everything. Those things I wouldn't necessarily think are actually like pubescent and everything like that, or you know.
Think about what happens to the horn whenever they're about to come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sequel series do something different, but they all have diminishing. It has diminishing returns.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the sequel series to it yet or anything like that.
The third one is good, and the fifth one is good. It's the reverse Star Trek situation where it's the odd ones are the good ones.
Ah, gotcha. But everything's actually so well drawn in there. Like
I met the writer at those may or may not be aware, but I staffed anime conventions for 21 years, and so I've just I've met a lot of voice actors, actresses, a lot of writers and artists through that, and he was a good guy. And one of my favorite guys that I like to hang out with, writers and artists, is Shinichi Watanabe. And man, guy is awesome. Oh man, he's an awesome guy. He's a good Facebook friend too, and he's excellent. Excellent. But yeah, this series it's about puberty.
I can see it now. I'm gonna be like, no, honey, I'm reading this for the story. Just for the story.
Yep, and Playboy was all about the articles.
That's it.
But
it's like when she's gonna walk in on the wrong time, like in Game of Thrones. It's like you're watching the bloody scene. She walks in when Khal Drogo's got Daenerys bent over. It's like, no, this is not what it's about.
Yep.
It's the old anime trope of a guy walking into the girls' locker room. That moment,
right?
Yeah.
But it's so funny though. Like everything about that whole entire anime is just fun, and I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, so I'm going to go to Ken now. You picked one of the other top 5. Your Lie in April.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to see that.
I haven't.
That is now. I picked this because it affected me. And it is such a cool anime where it's I think it was high school, and there's a piano player who can't play piano anymore, basically. And I'm gonna try to keep it short because my voice, you hear it, but he basically, his mom was a piano teacher, tried to get him to be the best piano player ever, and he played and played until he basically broke down and he couldn't play anymore, but he still practiced every now and then, and he still gave lessons every now and then. And then he meets this girl who he falls in love with, and she is a violin player, and they start supporting each other. Basically, she wants him to play more piano. He wants to support her to be while she's playing violin, and so they develop this love for each other, and throughout all the episodes, just things are building, and then there's a twist, and I don't want to ruin the twist, so but there's a twist, and something happens, and you find out that this whole story started in April, and the girl wanted to the lie was that she wanted to meet his best friend to go out with him, or one of his best friends, but she really wanted to meet him, and in the end, their love could not be fulfilled. So yeah, so and it has some of the best music I've ever heard before. It's like I play the music from this anime maybe once a
The
week.
OST is
So
beautiful in this one,
it's really good.
but this
But,
one definitely is a gut punch.
Yes.
That twist is such a gut punch.
Yes, it is. But then have you seen, like, there's a YouTube video of two kids trying to replicate the story too, and that too is the same punch. And it's not many anime can twist you up like that, I think. And this is one of those.
This is
And
one of those
so-
ones that I showed my wife, and she was depressed by it. The only thing that hit her worse than this was two different animes. Ride Your Wave, which that's a double gut punch.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.
Ride Your Wave, and the other one is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one too.
Which
and I've seen some
that
of it.
writer has 4 other stories. They're actual novels, and each one is just as like you are gonna be like sobbing afterwards. You're like,
Yep,
oh
yep.
no, they're ninja. They're not Ninja Bill, but there are a group of ninjas cutting onions in my room. Not tears, isn't it? You know, it's
All right.
really
Yeah,
rough.
it's one of those, but it's totally worth it, and it comes up when you least expect it. So
Yep.
it's just really good. Yeah.
I kind of need to see that.
All right, so I'm gonna give Ken a break on this though because I know he's hurting. Unless you got anything else you want to add.
Oh
Are you
no, that's I just recommend this to everyone. It's just such a wild ride.
Cool
Okay.
deal.
Where can you
All right,
find
so-
that one?
Yep.
I watched it on Crunchyroll, but wherever else you can get it, yeah, just watch it there. Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, it's your turn. I'm gonna go with a not so popular one from what it looks like. Something called Cowboy Bebop.
It was
Never heard of
popular.
it, yeah.
It tried to be more popular.
Yeah. It was I loved it. I mean, when I watched it, it was great. I mean, just fun, just overall,
And
just
Yoko Kanno's soundtrack. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
No, we'll bring that up in a
Love
bit.
the music. Love the music from that.
I have that exclusive CD set, you know, where he has the pistol on the front of it. Man, oh,
That's so
love it.
cool.
And there was never a live action ever. It doesn't exist. There was no live action.
Anyway,
I
sorry
don't
to
have an
interrupt
issue
you.
with
Go
the
ahead.
live action. I think I'm the only one though.
Yeah, one that I wish they would do a do-over because that'd be kind of cool. But I mean, it just really, really was just. I love the whole bounty hunter, the whole kind of just the mixture of the sci-fi, the Western, almost like Trigun has that kind of that Western kind of feel too as well. And Spike, and then just to kind of like when you think it's just kind of shallow, then it gets a little deeper and you find out he's in the mafia. He's trying to get away, trying to build a better life, and just that ending, man. That ending, that first of all, the battle between
Vicious and him,
yeah, and then the ending when all the gangsters are there and he just does the whole.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it,
Oh,
man.
sorry.
You do not want
It's
to
been out
spoil
long
it.
enough. It has been out
It
long
doesn't
enough.
matter. If they haven't seen it, they have to watch it.
All right, who hasn't seen it yet besides me? Which me, I don't care about spoilers, but I know in case anybody's like,
Baz, you
Best
got to
way I
watch
can
this one.
describe the
It's
series
amazing.
Is
Okay.
a space western with a blues background.
Yes. Man, the music is just like when the way it, especially with the action and the way it just kind of just that dissonant, that jazz bebop, that
Right.
it's just so cool. It's just really, really cool. And then of course both the Japanese and then the English dub. I mean, Steve Bloom did a phenomenal job
Killed
as
it.
Spike, and Bo did a great job as Jet Black. Yeah, just so good. My daughters, they love, of course, you know who they love. They love the corgi.
Fine.
Yep, they love Ein, and so I'll let them watch some scenes from that. And there's a couple of episodes that I can't let my daughters watch on this one, but overall, it's just a really, really great show.
Mushroom episode?
And
there's that one or two.
Martin, man, I highly suggest looking up the soundtrack from Yoko Kanno. Trust
Yep.
me, you.
Um,
I'm not. If
Casper
you're
has
not
a
a
whole-
blue,
In fact, guys, I'm sorry to cut you off really quick on this one. This is actually a question. I'm going to speed round with you guys because we were just talking, like, we've been bringing up so much as of late, and then I'm going to bring up a second thing after this. This one is starting with Ken. Who is your favorite anime composer?
Ooh,
Oh.
anime composer.
Yeah, I'm out on this one.
I don't know.
Don't feel bad.
Well, I don't have one favorite anime composer. I love anime music so much. So
All right,
it's
so I'll
like,
make it a little bit easier for everybody. Like, what is your favorite track off of your favorite anime?
ooh,
No,
right now, you know
no,
what?
not
It's,
good, Dan.
No,
oh.
that's a loaded question, man. You know that. That's
Yeah, I know it's a
yeah.
loaded
Let
question.
me
it
look up
also
this
depends
name.
on
Give
what
me one
people
moment.
define as a composer. Are you talking about music composers? Are
Well,
you
you know
talking
what? No, like let's just do that because now that because like composers very hard because some of us like me don't really know any composers. So why don't we do like off the top of your head, like a track off of an anime that it's stuck
Here
to
you
you?
go. Anything from Yaozobi. Anything from. I mean, they've done one for Gundam Witch of Mercury. They did a track for what is it, Idol. They did a track for a whole bunch of different anime and for Furin also. So Yaozobi, any song from them.
Okay, Zan, since
This
you
is
brought
my
it up,
answer. This is my answer, man. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, the Thunderbolt soundtrack. The whole
all right,
thing
Norb.
it's jazz,
Okay.
jazz and rock. That's all it is.
All right, Norb.
Man. Trying to think of like what was actually like a really good one because I'm actually a really big fan. I'm a really big fan of the intro song from what do you call it from Chainsaw Man. But then there's this But then there's this one But then there's this one that I've actually been listening to from. Hold on a second. Let me see if I could actually just. There's this one that I actually saw that was actually from, and I haven't even seen this this anime yet. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
So
there's this
good.
one that's actually there's a song that's actually called Eve, and from Kakai Katan, and thanks. It's such a good song though. I almost feel like it actually like a little snippet actually needs to be played. But again,
you have to see that series. You got to watch the series, dude.
Is it? Do I?
And then start getting into the manga because here's the deal about that series.
Jimmy G's turn, I guess.
Here's the deal about that series. Let me just tell you, you need to pay attention when they start explaining stuff because that's going to be important later on in that series. Like that, I went back and watched it a third time, and I'm still catching stuff that I'm like, oh my gosh, they were setting this up way back in episode 2. And so it was just that. So speaking of music, the Jujutsu Kaisen, there was 3 theme songs that I never skip when I watch anime. One of them was Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 specials. You know that one by New, and then of course now Mashless Bling Blang Boom. I don't know how to say it, but that one's a good one. And then of course Sasageo from Attack on Titan.
Yes, Super Robot Ed, but Super Robot Ed, yes, 100%.
Going on, Super Robot Ed.
Go Gar's opening theme.
SRE in the house, man.
Is the greatest song of all time.
He and I are going to have to do a Gundam live stream together. Because man, look, if people out there watch this later on, and if you're not familiar with SRE, man, go watch his channel. This guy has so much knowledge to give and share, man. Trust me.
Super Robot's a good guy. He really is.
That'd be another. Should I do that like a dedicated stream towards Gundam for you guys?
Oh yeah, you should.
I know you were going to say that real quick.
That's a good.
Got all my JJK figures here. So
JJK for the win.
There, Toto. He was a guy that I didn't like at first, but then grows on you. I mean, he just like extremely grows on you on that. Of course, the goat that most people say is Gojo, but if you're reading the manga right now, this guy has a big part in it. So
no love for Panda.
All right, I gotta post this.
I don't have a Panda figure. I love Panda. Panda's great, but Panda is not a
They just
Panda.
released the
Oh, I gotta post this for you guys. He says you guys cannot know this one, but the French version of the opening theme of Grandizer. Sorry if I mispronounced it.
Yeah, Grandizer.
Grandizer. Okay, thank you. It's so awesome. It played on the radio stations. Have any of you guys ever heard that one?
I'll have to check it out.
I've only heard the original theme of Grandizer, and speaking of which, one more I gotta say, Get Wild from City Hunter. That one, that's an ending theme that I never skip.
All right, Ninja, I gotta get you now because you're the last one, and then I'm gonna give one from Raz here that he brought up.
I actually got a few. The first opening theme song from Pat Labor. Love it. Love it.
Cut, man. Good choice.
Because Pat Labor is awesome. One of my all-time favorite anime. Anyway, Ninja Fushin's title song, Never Fear from Ninja Fushin is by Mao Abe, and it's a beautiful song. I mean, it is a beautiful song. It's a hopeful, beautiful song. It's really about a breakup, but it is actually a beautiful song. Of course, I mentioned Yoko Kanno before because, oh man, she's prolific. Yoko Kanno, man. Woo. Prolific stuff.
Look at that. It's so beautiful that Ken is crying.
I'm trying to think of some others. Mindarin. Of course, she does a lot of anime intro music. So, didn't she do Flare from Ari Ferretta?
I believe it was. I think it was featuring her for Flare.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see Angel Beats? Because that one actually has a really great theme song too.
Yeah, that's a really good one too.
Yeah, that one's actually kind of a tearjerker for me and everything like that. For like at the very end and everything like that, when they everything about that thing actually just talks about like the finality of life and everything like that. And like everything
that was beautiful
about it. But the intro is just great.
And the next one I'm going to mention is I forget the title of the song, but it's the theme song for Sakishi Montagari. So it's Tenchi Muyo, but it's a Tenchi.
I haven't seen Tenchi in years. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I know the one you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
I forget it. Where he gets isekai'd. Well, one of the characters gets isekai'd into another world, and it's pretty fun. I like now. I'm gonna Q Ranger opening theme, man.
Yes,
man, is it badass? It's a Q Ranger opening theme is just
every time that thing is a banger.
It is. It really is.
I kind of wish they actually brought that into America instead of the garbage that they're actually giving us right now and everything like that for that series. Just imagine 24 Rangers all in the same group and everything, and then that's just that. I was just sold on that one alone.
Oh yeah, and then another sort of a Sentai theme is the one from Resha Sentai. Man, I love that intro song from Resha Sentai and from Be the One from I think it was Kamen Rider Build is pretty good. Yeah. So,
I love the theme song from Crossfight Dangayo. If you guys are actually into
Dangayo, the old series.
The one was like Crossfight. That's a great song.
Oh man, I saw that on a videotape. I think.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do something a little bit. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish off. I'm sorry.
I was done.
All right, so I'm going to bring up an outside. Okay, so I'm going to bring up an outside one. This is from Raz because he brought it up. And where did it go?
Oh, Crossfight's good. Yeah.
Witchblade, anyone?
Witchblade. That's a
I just saw the face.
I love that show so much.
I just saw. Okay, I got to zoom time. What the hell, Zan?
We're leaving it at that, dude. Raze, I love you to death. Witchblade, come on, man.
Witchblade is amazing. Are you kidding me?
It's a good comic book.
That's a
comic book is amazing. The comic book is amazing. That
anime was amazing. Like everything about that show just actually had style.
The comic book was one I had to hide from my parents.
What?
I said the comic book was one you had to hide from your parents. That was one of those. My parents were very conservative, and so that was one I had to kind of keep like in the long box, like right in the middle where they don't really look, So.
All right, so I'm gonna put some up here from Super Robot Ed. Favorite was Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger.
I'm sorry. Hold on, one more. Cutie Honey. The theme song from Cutie Honey
and the Loop on the Third theme.
Yeah,
on the third theme unless it's the live drama on which the theme song.
There you go. Raz is already said, "Come on, man, Maloney, she's great."
Go Danner. They actually had I think it was like the second theme song for that series and everything. Go Danner actually just had so much good stuff in there. Horny Flying Machine. That was probably Go Danner. Yeah, that's right.
Wait, what about that one which just came out? It's the one which is Super Robots versus Real Robots. It's the one where it's the pilot gets in the robot and then it starts playing a theme song. He's like, "What the hell is that?" Because the robot's actually playing a theme song while it fights.
Oh yes. That was the one Ninja Bill was actually showing us and everything like that. It was from the new Brave series.
It's a new Brave series, but it's a weird one where it's a brave robot in a non-brave world.
Yeah, it's a great series. It really is.
All right,
so I want to see that so badly. When he was actually showing us footage of the fact that that bot actually has his own theme song that he's brazenly playing as he's fighting these robots, just so epic. It's just so good.
It's a bad song though.
I got to involve Optination because he's been on a guest a couple of times on the show, and he brings up this one. It's Final Fantasy anime.
Kinda.
Everybody gets an input on this one. I think it's an anime game, but
I think it's
they had an anime too.
Do we count? Obviously we count the good Final Fantasy movie, but what about the other one? The one we don't talk about. Spirits Within. Is that anime?
Talk about Bruno.
I hear the pain in that. I
think it was more like anime made for an American audience.
Yeah, but the other one totally is anime. It's CG, but it's anime, I think. What is the one?
Advent Children.
Advent Children.
That's
the
first one. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep. And Super Raw Ed said they have an anime, so yeah, why not?
Oh, they also do have that weird OVA where it's literally from Final Fantasy 9. So yeah.
I didn't know.
Hey, nobody important. Hey, what's going on, man? I know him. He's a part of my channel.
I gotta say, I think my favorite Final Fantasy was 8 though, because it looked so much like an anime.
It's such a love story. It was a love
story. Yeah, it was true. Yeah, and it was really good too. And then they went back to cartooniness in 9, but I was okay with it.
Am I the only one who liked 6/4? I like
That good too.
Another great.
I like 3.
Another
great
series theme song that came to mind is Die Guard.
Die Guard, yes.
Yes, Die Guard. Yes.
That's the kind of song that actually kind of makes you say
Die Guard. Office workers saving the world.
I know. The theme song always makes you believe in yourself after you finish watching that show.
It's really, really kitschy. I mean, you hear it, you just start singing it. You can't help yourself.
Is that the one that Monzo did? That's the one that Monzo did, right? Because there's a whole
yeah.
Because he also did that commercial for if you look at his earlier work, he did a commercial for a construction company where he wrote a theme song that's like an anime theme song for a construction company. That's crazy. It's called what is it? It's hold on. And so construction.
Die Guard, yeah.
It's called,
hello, Elizabeth. How are you this evening? Welcome to the stream. We're talking anime.
Ohai Tanaka, Kenji Kawai. And Zybeck was the studio. Yeah.
All right.
And it's such a kitschy thing. Oh my gosh, it's so. I would play. I literally would play it here. I'm not sure.
I'm dying for you to play it here right now.
They will say something to me because of that one day I played the SmackDown theme. As you statement, they played Real American, and they took the song down. I'm like, you Jerks. Seriously, it's
No
on a video game.
way. Really?
Copyright.
It was monetized. It was taken down in 47 countries. I kid you not, because it
That's
says real American.
bastard.
Yeah, I can't do
Can we
that.
just enjoy something? Can we just share our mirth about something?
Yeah, well, you know what it is? It's crazy. It's not about the money. It's about.
I'm looking it up to see what the current copyright. Okay, we could play this, dude. We could play a little bit of it. I could play 10 seconds of it.
I can name that song in 2.
It'll actually be like da 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 da. Da.
Wait, what's this? All right, Dad, I'm gonna put this link up. Oh, is that the right link? Am I supposed to put up?
This was a link for something else. This is something that a live action thing that a guy wrote that literally sounds like a giant robot theme song for a construction company. The company doesn't exist anymore, but the guy is part of a record company, so buyer beware.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're actually going to be like very.
I don't know if that's going to allow me to do the link, so that's why it took that 3 seconds. So apologies to StreamYard if I did a boo-boo, because I know you guys are a little bit sensitive about this link thing. So I guess it's my turn to bring up something that anime. And this was another one.
What about him? What about Martin? He doesn't say.
Well, you know what it is? I'm having so much fun getting all this knowledge and information for you guys. I don't mind. I'm kicking back and relaxing and enjoying the conversation. You guys are like the gurus of this. I'm just like the beginner level. It's like, okay, back in the head, I had Gotcha Man, I had Shogun Warriors, I had Voltron, I had this. However, in the 21st century, because of, again, Zan, he introduced me and my wife to a couple other ones. So I'm going to bring up this one because this was something that I have to actually start to watch again. It's been so long, but it was one of my favorite animes that came out. Those Who Hunt Elves.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
No.
Boobs and
Well, you know what it was? That was like one of the one series that it's like it did not show the, it's like it showed you the silhouettes, but it never showed you the actual thing. And everything's going good. Thanks for asking.
Thank you.
Everything's good. Hope your day's going good too. But yeah, no, Zan introduced us to that series as well. And it was just so much fun to watch them go through these adventures to find pieces to get back home. And the only way to do it was to rip off the clothes of the elven women. I'm like, this is ingenious, freaking phenomenal. How this was just like, I loved it.
It wasn't like hentai or anything like that, was it?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It wasn't hentai. It was like, it was a comedy. And what was his name? What was the guy? Junpei? I want to say Junpei.
Junpei was the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's why everything went to hell at the end.
Junpei Celeste. Celeste was the movie actress one, right? It's been a while. I want to say Celeste.
Hold on.
Yeah, and then you had like Tank Girl. Kind of. I was like laughing about that.
Kind of.
And they're riding around in the tank, and it's like, okay, we got to go look for these symbols and everything else, and they got to go through these adventures. And then at the end, it's like, okay, I think there was only one elven woman that was like, you know what? Nah, I'll give it to you. Everybody else was like, oh my god, censorship! Ah! It was a great series. That was a fun one. My wife loved it too. She was like, I can't believe you found that series. And I was just like, yeah, I had to, because this was like good times. We had it on VHS, had to trade it in. Money came in when we needed it. But got it back on DVD, and always thinking about everybody out there, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to not only myself if you can, but to everybody in the panel today. These guys bring awesome content. Please follow them, subscribe to them. I promise you, it's not going to be a big regret. You guys will have a great time watching their material. But back to the TV.
You just I'm sorry, guys, but you just remind me of this one that I actually saw. And you know what? This one actually kind of and I'm going to say the H word in this one. This one kind of borders into hentai, but it's not really a hentai. This one's actually supposed to be called Ishuku Reviewers. And it's actually about a bunch of what I'm talking about, right? It's actually supposed to be, it's so good.
Zen knows.
The show that got canceled after 4 episodes? That one?
Yeah.
Did not even get the dub?
Yeah, they didn't know exactly.
Reviewers. Oh, God.
Guys, man, have a great night, man. Hopefully next time we'll be able to bring you into the stream. Hope you had a great time tonight, because you know your anime too, man.
That actually has an awesome opening theme despite the whole show.
Right? And the thing that actually killed me about that is that it flew under the radar of Funimation for a while before they said, "Wait a
I'll
second,
be right back, guys.
what are we doing?"
Oh yeah,
I
no. that
just
was
thought
such-
of another great old school anime series with some good music. Record of Lotus War.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
brings back
with it
memories.
too.
High
The
fantasy.
manga just dropped.
You know, the old 80s.
Gents, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Keep talking amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something really quick.
Okay.
Nothing bad. I'll be right back.
It's old school high fantasy anime stuff, man.
Based on a D&D campaign.
Ruin Explorers, that was a pretty good, well, a little more comedy than anything. Oh, what was that one? Louis, what was it? Louis.
Rune Hunter Louis, which is in the same universe as that's in the same universe as Lotus.
Oh, really?
It's on the continent.
Nice. And there was one Louis the Ruin Explorer or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. He was
the one where he wanted
Punch.
to be a wizard, but he's more built to be a fighter.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's
great
Soldier.
comedy, great stuff.
Yep.
Great
By
stuff.
the way, Jimmy,
yeah.
I love the fact that Jimmy actually has like the third Voltron up on his screen here and everything like that. Now I need to see this anime.
Second, actually.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Second Voltron that existed.
I need to find out how that guy actually works because a friend of mine actually had the full toy at one time. Like
I've
the whole
got.
thing. It was so good.
Like
He's
I
got
said,
2 out of
for the
3.
blue one.
Where did it
Please don't
disappear
find
to?
the blue one, please.
I know. I'm actually looking. I'm actually looking.
Yep, we're hunting. We're looking.
Red and black. Blue seems to be the hard one to find.
I know New York Hunter actually found the hand for Daruga, so like, let's see if we can actually find the blue guy.
I used to be able to go to different shops for that. Now it is so much harder, man.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I mean, I was at NC. It's like it is like J.
There's someone hoarding them all. They're like,
They
someday
have
it's
to
gonna
have
be my
them.
day.
Well, there's a man who has a giant, a
One day
life-size
will be my
Yamato
time
filled
to
with
sell.
figures. No one will ever take this away.
Right.
They're all mine.
I'm opening a new store called the
precious
Blue
is-
Figure Store. It is all mine.
It's like your figures are mine.
Oh, another
When you finally meet him, he's actually sitting in like this in this chair with like this desk in front of him, and there's like the figures and like a box full of cocaine on the other side and everything. It's like
It's kind of like, it reminds me of like, it'd be like Newman from Seinfeld. It's like,
My master.
I felt like he was actually kind of like a Tony Montana kind of guy too.
Oh yeah, no. Instead of cocaine, it's
Right.
what is it? What is that stuff called? It's not fudukake. It's the other thing. The other, you know that powder that's on those rice paper candies.
yes.
Oh yeah.
It's just covered with rice paper candy dust.
Yeah, let's stop.
I just thought of another great series I should have mentioned in my top 5 and I didn't. Moribito, because wow,
That is a good
what's that?
series.
Moribito and Guardian of the Spirit is one of my all-time favorite female MCs.
Mhm.
At the most well-written, well-designed, well-thought-out, well-drawn. I mean, Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit, is utterly, from beginning to end, the music, everything is utterly fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking at the art for it so far right now, and it's just beautiful.
I really should have put this as my favorite, as on my top 5. I really should have.
I
I'm gonna zoom in on that one. And by the way, Elizabeth, we do once a week streams on different topics and everything else, but definitely you also check out these guys as well. They do some great content. Zen
Elizabeth
specializes in
Zonka.
manga. Yep. Go ahead, guys.
Driver.
Yes.
Oh, look at that!
And another sort of old school series, nice, is Queen Saga. Queen, am I saying that right? Queen Saga.
And the other one, which we cannot forget.
Oh, nice.
Yep, that's
Very
right.
nice.
That's
And
it.
the next-
I think you'd appreciate this here.
Yep, I'm gonna zoom in on you. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, let me go back to Zan really quick. Got back to you.
No,
Nice.
they're good.
Fun.
That was a funny one.
I got all 5 jackets.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Dog.
Oh, you have got. Wait, is that Cyborg guy or is that Evoludar guy?
That cyborg guy.
The one, my 2 are the special edition King Jader and the special edition Emperor Palpelion.
Oh wow!
I saw that once. I saw that when I was in Akiba, and I should have freaking bought it.
I'm right now. I'm almost tempted to pull the trigger on a Takara Gao Gaigar.
Do it. Do it.
I've got the Bandai Solar Chogogen one, and I have it. And I'm getting ready to do the review on the add-on kit
one is beautiful
as
But
well.
does Takara's Gaigar go harder than this though? Because like this
It's
guy's
the original.
Zoom time. Zoom, cameraman, zoom.
Does he go harder than this guy though? Because this guy's actually pretty good.
He's pretty cool. He is awesome.
I was gonna say Genesis is
Takara's the original. You got to go with the original, right?
All
Hold
right,
on.
I guess. You know, I was like,
Hold on.
I'm actually almost finished editing my review. It's going to be really long, but this guy just like made me giddy while like just reviewing this guy. This guy's just freaking.
In other words, Norbs, you mean this?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What?
You forced me to bring him off the shelf. Forced me to bring my.
There we go. Now we're gonna start bringing our toys out, folks.
There we
Nice.
go. Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
Wait, is that the model or is that the figure? Because I have
This is the figure. This is the Bandai Solar Shogun one.
I
A
have the
Vigar?
real. I got the
Oh,
real
Choco
grade, and
Kid.
that thing is a freaking is a grenade.
Yeah, that guy's
Love
a
it.
beast.
Can't do
Yeah.
anything with it.
And I can't wait for the oh gosh, what were the names of the? I can't remember the fire truck and the
Enryu and Conryu.
yeah, the Bandai has that coming out too as well.
Wait, let me ask you something. Wasn't there a Gao Gaigar that actually had? I think it was like 2 dolphins or something like that.
That's
on the
Genesis
software?
Gagagar. That's
Okay.
final. That's from final. That's
Okay.
the last form before he died. Sorry,
Hmm?
spoilers.
I have.
No, wait, I'll zoom in on you again. Sorry.
Yep. Gagagar final.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
And also,
there's
there's Gal Figar, which has the jet instead of the.
Yeah.
Let me go get
That figure is super chase. That everyone is after that one.
I keep on thinking to myself like,
Well, my head
the-
said he just picked up the SOC Gal Figar. Yeah. he just
Ooh,
picked it up.
that's lucky. That is awesome. You get the SOC. Also, there's a super robot war version, the figure, which I've seen, but
I've only seen it. I've never actually,
I've seen it at cons.
Oh Lord.
Oh wow!
Wow, you lucky
Wow,
bastard!
nice.
he dropped the gauntlet.
You
All right.
lucky bastard!
You win now.
You just
We're
won
not
it.
worthy. We're not
Yes,
worthy.
that's for
Yeah,
so-and-so.
Uh-oh.
You just won it all, man.
Who
You
needs,
just won it
who
all.
needs the blue pill when you've got Gal Figar?
Is that the one that comes with?
Nice.
Is that the one that comes with the actual? Is it the stamp?
I
The
don't
Hunko?
know. I haven't opened it yet. I'm saving this for my final review.
That's
but
an
it
awesome
does
thing to
look-
hold.
But
for
that's
final.
kind of the
Wow! Look at man.
Wow.
Oh, it
Beautiful.
looks so
Is that
awesome.
gonna? So is that review going to be called Final Gao Gaigar Final Review?
yeah, that would be awesome.
All right.
Oh, this is
All right.
awesome.
So he's showing off everybody's showing off robots. This is the closest I can get to anime robot.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw those behind
see,
you.
that's
Very
a
nice.
grail right there too. I still haven't gotten that guy.
Mm,
Just got him in today.
nice.
So happy to get him. All right, so we're gonna go back to anime, and this one I think everybody under the sun except for me, because I was never able to get access to it, but I think everybody else has. Next topic of discussion, and this is in the wheelhouse of you guys: Transformers Victory.
Love it.
Yeah, very nice.
I
Love it.
I love it. I love it.
I
My
My favorite
all-time
of them.
favorite TV series.
Enough said. I think it just enough said.
Yeah.
I mean, Deathsaurus, Lio Kaiser, Road Caesar. Land-
you know,
And now with the
I-
figures that are coming out,
I kind
Like that.
of hate myself slightly for not getting Death Stars, but that's because I was chagrined for not being able to get Victory Leo or Victory
Star
Saber
Saber.
at first. Yeah, and
So
then I
put 'em
finally
back
got
on
the
the
You
Chris.
should be able, you should be able to find them for the regular price they came out for.
No, but
Yeah.
I finally found.
Yep.
I finally got a
Hasbro.
Victory Saber,
Hasbro
right?
Pulse.
And then I was just like, "Yay, great!" Because like one of my friends actually sold them to me, and then all of a sudden I
I
was
want to
just
hear
like,
it.
I don't have that Saber.
I want to hear it.
Uh,
Silver Robot ahead. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. You said you could do it, so now we all want to hear you do it. You got to jump in here. You got to, or maybe the next show, but we're gonna hold you to it. Super
You knew the tide of the battle would turn when that theme song came on.
Yeah.
It's like it was on like Donkey Kong. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's such a great. I mean, that one. I mean, Headmasters. No, Super God Master Force. It was a trudge to get through that one, but then when Transformers Victory came out, I just
to get through the first 10 episodes of Super God Master Force was like, okay, yeah.
I'm kind of sad because I know everyone kind of just like dropped off of Transformers, but I'm sad that Transformers Zone only got the one episode. I would love to
That's
see
the worst
Yeah,
song
I like
ever.
Transformers Zone.
I always wanted to see that too.
Zone. Yeah.
Sky Atlas and what was he called when he God Bomber, or what is it when he is combined? I thought it was pretty cool. But I'd love to see. I don't know. I think we said this before, but I would love to see a multi-dimensional kind of Transformers cartoon or something like that that has all the Autobot leaders, all the Decepticon leaders. You got.
That's right.
Especially the Power Rangers Red episode of Transformers where we get all
Overlord. You get all of them. Yeah.
I think they actually really need to make
Iron Factory,
Legends.
Lyle Kaiser?
No.
I skipped it. Yeah.
I'm still going to get used to Transformers 2001. Transform. I bought the series and I'm like, I got to get used to it. I got to power through it.
Car Robots had the worst entry music. It was the worst.
I still say the best of
that
the
thing. I hated that
is
song
still
so
the Jam
much.
Project Transformers song.
Yep.
The best song the best recent song was probably Transformers Cybertron. Like right from the beginning, you were just like, oh, you know, you just like really had to like listen to everything that was actually going on. And then you were hooked. You were hooked into the show. You know, I love that show.
Transformers Evo is what I'm thinking about.
You know, they thankfully, you know, it wasn't much better, but thankfully when Car Robots was brought here to the States and they called it Robots in Disguise, you know, they actually changed Americanized the theme song, and it was better because the Car Robots one was terrible. Not the most terrible of Transformers intros, but it was pretty close. The worst one is, for me anyway, is Zone. I hate the theme song.
Yeah, that intro is horrible.
Really? Oh, I like that Transformer Zone. It gets stuck in your mind.
It's horrible.
I'm gonna queue it up on YouTube and listen to it after we're done here.
Oh, don't torture yourself.
I like torture, so I'm gonna check it out.
It really sticks in your mind. Be ready.
It's not so bad.
20 Cent had the worst theme. Super Robot has said. Agree to disagree or disagree to agree? Or agree to agree?
I'd put it third. I'd put it after. I would put it after Zone, after Car Robots. I would put it after those.
So how about this, guys? What is the worst anime intro you've ever heard?
Second season of Attack on Titan.
Dumper.
Boy, this is
an ALT. An ALT reference, finally.
It's tough because if you didn't,
I
don't like something, you just skip it.
It was the really like fruity song. It didn't go along with Attack on Titan. It just like it was that you had the one that was just real epic, and then there's just the and then you get the Sasageo, which is awesome. But there was the one in the between that was just not. It was yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I get it.
I'm like, you got these badass warriors, destroying Titans, and you got this like just feely goody song,
I would.
It had a nice beat to it. I felt like jumping over freaking sewer pipes and shit. I don't know.
Well, that's a hard one for me because I've liked so many of them. But that's a really hard one for me. Oh boy.
Yes. No. Nobody important. You're 100%. I love Rock the Dragon, but you are 100% right. Compared to T'Challa and Jalá, yes.
Yeah. You're right there.
Agreed.
Yeah. And
any Pokemon intro I think is terrible. So I'm just putting that out there.
Gotta catch them.
My son would disagree.
Listen, Pokemon, you can't go wrong with gotta catch them.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's up
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm sorry. Pokemon, I thought was always about pedophiles. There's a guy grabbing balls to catch something. Unidentifiable.
Oh, no,
I'm not-
You
it's
caught
about
something,
being a
all right.
horrible parent and be like, "You're 10 years old. You can live on your own. Go out there."
Okay, I'll change it. Any intro song to the irregular at Magic High School.
Okay.
there you go.
Mine's a deep cut. It's an I'm gonna be an angel.
Oh,
Wait, what?
It is a very crappy anime.
yeah.
Wait, what
it
is
has
it
a
called?
very southern accordion style opening. Just look up. I'm gonna be an angel. It is a weird show.
Huh.
One I forgot that was actually a good one, and also a good anime that would have been my top 10, except that it scarred my wife. She got so mad about it. Made in Abyss.
I'm waiting for the scream. I'm waiting for the scream.
Oh,
what did you say?
Wait, no one has
Any
seen Made in
intro
Abyss?
for Urusai Yatsura?
Oh, Lum, you cannot go wrong with Lum. Lum is amazing, and the theme song is amazing. Even the new one, the 2023 opening. I love that opening.
Now I know Steve. He's a good friend of mine, the artist for Lum, and good friend of mine, good friend of mine, Steve Bennett. Man, love that guy. Me and him hung out many years together.
What con do you do, by the way?
Say again.
What con? Do you do?
I've done a lot, mostly Midwest.
It's like ASEN.
ASEN, Anime Iowa, Anime Zing. Yeah, I don't do the Brian cons because, well, we all
know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this guy, and I'm openly going to say his name, and I just don't give a blankety blank. Ryan Koff is a predator.
Yeah.
And that's putting it nicely. Okay?
We here at the Live with Ultra American Channel, so always have to protect you and your loved ones.
Yes,
remember that. We all care about your safety.
He is a con man and a predator, and of the worst varieties you can imagine. And I don't attend any of his cons. He's got but I don't know how he's a con man. I mean, I don't.
It's like the people who defend what's his name. I forgot the voice. Vic. It's like it's same thing with Vic. It's like people just defend them, and that's what it is. I mean, there's someone who went to when I used to do Anime Next, which Anime Next can burn in a dumpster fire now, and now apparently it is. But one of the people who would go there all the time, I will not name names, they were not a good person. And I've associated them. Baz and I have actually had dinner with this person and hung out with them, but it's really bad. So
we'll leave it at that.
I did those for about 21 years. I staffed a great many of them, and I sort of miss it, but then again, like my friend Carrie and I both staffed a lot of conventions together, and he keeps trying me to go back, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm done staffing conventions. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I've lost the love for anime conventions because of past things. But I love the people. I love the dealers' rooms or vendor rooms, depending on where you're at. Whatever they call them, and and it's just. I don't know. I lost.
No, it's at a certain point you become either you get burned out by it or you're just done with it. I know enough people who have been burned out by
both for me. But I met so many fantastic people, like the Ayers brothers are some man. And now that Chris is gone, it's so sad. Oh my God, sad. Chris and I, we got along so famously. He was a big horror movie fanatic. Most people didn't know that. But he was a huge horror fan buff. Oh my gosh, he was huge, and he's done so much anime. Him and his brother Greg, and so much. And I've met a lot of amazing people in the business, and it's great. Cosplayers, the merchandise, the people themselves. I mean, it's just even just regular attendees, those not cosplaying, or just sure there's you always got the bad apples, but for the most part, man, it's amazing communities there, and I loved every minute of it. And yeah, there's just some cons I won't go to. It just the largest con I ever went to is a MechaCon, and I staffed that for one day, and I was like, no. I love the convention, but no.
Now, that's when you go as the big ones. You go as attendee or something else. You do not go as a staff. That's
Yeah.
You'll give yourself an aneurysm.
Exactly. You said you really boom from the mouth. Shaka
I had to. I had to. Shaka Khan. All right, I want to bring up another anime. But this is kind of a fun story, and this is I think one that Jimmy G brought up on his top 5. So I worked with Zan at Anime Next, and it was at Somerset, New Jersey. He's going to know where I'm going with this.
I already know where you're going with this a minute because it's one of 2 stories, and I know which one you're going with. So
you might be right on yourself. He had said to go on ahead to hold the seat down because he was taking care of some stuff. So I get to the audience area, and there's this woman.
Oh,
and I greet her. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, how you doing?" I was like, "You okay?" She's like, I'm a little bit nervous because, I don't know if this is going to be a good event for us. I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Well, in Japan, this panel, if we're lucky, brings in at least 10 people." And I'm like, 10 people? I was like, I don't think you're going to get 10 people today. She's like, "How many do you think we're going to get?" I was like, so I said, "Come with me." I brought her outside of the room, and I said, "Do you see this line that wraps all the way around this building?" And she's like, "Yes." I was like, "They're going to have staff come in and say, unfortunately, we have to remove a couple of you guys because the room is going to be packed." So she's like,
regulation. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So she was like, "Come with me for a second." So I meet the creators of this, and she said, "Can you explain to the interpreter what you said?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, you're going to get a big crowd." I'm like, the room fit 240 people, I think.
It was a room that it was not a ballroom. It was a big room that could hold about 400 people. The room was packed, and there were people dressed up as both the big series they were popular with and the series that no one except crazy people had heard of, including the fact that they made a special episode just for the director of marketing for that convention, who I was looking for it. I can't find the picture that they gave Vince. That they gave Vince in it.
I think I still have that picture though. And the series that I'm talking about, which became popular, and somebody's going to be like, overrated. Kill la Kill.
How could that be overrated, though? That's one of the greatest series.
Ninja, step in on this one.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Anything that Studio Trigger actually touches is gold. Okay, I haven't even seen Darling in the Frank, and
I'm glad everybody enjoys it. I
like Darling in the Franks.
I haven't seen.
Have you done Under Ninja yet?
Wait, how can you downplay Kill la Kill? It's got it has everything.
I'm just not. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm just not a fan, and that's okay. That's okay. Everybody likes.
Don't you love happiness? Don't you?
That show doesn't bring me. It brings me the how shall I put this very nice? Okay, so it brings me what the fuck am I watching moments.
Wait, what didn't you like about it? Start off from the beginning.
I didn't like the premise of the show. I just didn't.
Really?
I didn't. Yeah,
okay.
But that's okay. I mean, and one more thing I want to talk about is conventions. Is I love Anime Iowa. It's one of my favorite conventions in the world, and I'll tell you why. Because it is a dying breed. It is a non-profit. It is a dying breed. It is one of the very last in the U.S. that is a non-profit.
I'm actually kind of surprised to hear that an anime can be non-profit,
Yep. So
there's a couple that are on the East Coast that are like that, but they're smaller and they're more niche. But yeah, one of the bigger ones, Anime Iowa is one of the biggest. And what are your thoughts on Inferno Cop?
I love it.
And it's not a copy of. It's according to them, it is not a copy of Ghost Rider because he uses a car and not a motorcycle, and he's a police officer.
Clearly,
what's his name?
Inferno Cop.
You've never seen Inferno Cop?
No.
Love it.
Look at the picture behind me. That is Inferno Cop.
So funny story about the whole situation is the fact that Well, like I talked to a couple of people, and either they hated Kill la Kill and loved Inferno Cop, or the reverse. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But it was so cool because it's like, you know, you have fun with both the series. If you're into, you know, Kill la Kill, cool. If you're not, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always Jimmy, jump in, man, anytime. Because I think that was
seen Kill la Kill.
You didn't see Kill la Kill?
It's not on my top 5.
Good for you. Good for you.
Who brought up Kill la Kill? I thought Jimmy had brought up Kill la Kill. Maybe I'm mistaken.
No, I enjoyed it, but I didn't put it on a list. But yeah, I never saw Inferno Cop before. That's something good.
Oh, you will
yeah,
laugh.
Ghost Rider. He looks
You
like
will
it from the
laugh
picture.
your ass off on Inferno Cop.
I only have one more left of the top 5 I gave you. Yeah.
Wait a second. He's got the whole Johnny Blaze collar going and everything like that. He's actually got the,
again, according to the creators, he is not a copy of the Ghost Rider figure they have on
none whatsoever.
Bullshit.
He is based off of.
He wears a helmet.
Ghost Rider has a police officer's hat, and he has a police officer's hat, and
It's one of those like Coming to America, McDonald's and McDowell's type of thing.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, they are not parodying the Green Lantern Corps, nor nor other stuff. There's no parodies of that.
That was one of the greatest things that Zan has showed me yet. Quick series, but
yeah, I can watch it for 14. No, sorry.
What's up, my brother?
14 episodes.
And a Stray Blue one. Welcome to the chat.
Great guy there. Great guy. If y'all don't know him, man, Stray is one of the best dudes you got to know, man.
What were you saying, Norbs?
Inferno Cop actually kind of reminds me of something that would actually come on Adult Swim at like 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
He also shows up in Space Girl Lilico also. As her boss, Cosmic Space Cop. Sorry, Cosmic Inferno Cop.
Oh my god!
In fact,
there's a Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, Zan, isn't Inferno Cop at 10 years old now? I think you showed that to me.
I think it's 13 years old. I think
13? No shit.
Yeah, I think 13. It's been a while, man.
All right, because I remember the first time, because when Trigger came to Anime Next, they were doing both those panels, and Kill la Kill and Inferno Cop. And that was like you introduced it to me for the first time. I know everything comes out of Japan way earlier than we get it here.
Yeah, and they were also doing the thing for Darling in the Franxx as well.
Okay.
And then they got weird, and they did a couple other things. They did Promare, and then the new one is what's the new one? I can't remember. It's been a while.
Ken, how's your throat, by the way? You know,
it's running out of steam, but I'm gonna push on.
You got this. You got this, Ken.
Yeah,
you can do it.
I'm just checking out some of the comments for Inferno Cop on
if you want,
they go back to 2015.
If you want, we do. Do we have a sign language interpreter here? Because I like to get that.
Interpretive dance.
I need to see Inferno.
Oh god, the funniest one was Robin Williams on Whose Line. Impotence is a shallow thing to have. You got to see the Whose Line with Robin Williams. It is hysterical.
Yeah,
it's a shame that I've lost all those photos from 2015, man. I would have shown that image, but I cannot find it.
Wait, hold on. 2015. Which image of it?
That was the Inferno Cop one where they had the guy coming out with the Inferno. Actually, no, I have.
Crap! Do I?
I have one of the images from it. I have one.
Yeah, put it up, man. Put it up. I mean, I got some.
Darling in the Franxx love that show secretly, and we not so secretly.
I need to see Inferno Cop or something just for the hell of it.
Dude, you're gonna love it. I'm telling you. If you've never seen Inferno Cop, I promise you guys, you will laugh your asses off.
I am gonna.
I need to laugh. So like, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big.
Because I'm not a big either a good tearjerker or a good laugh. So like, I need to go either way.
Oh no, you're gonna get a laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you right now.
Tearjerker,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if this is spoiler territory, if I could ask this or not, but what if you're thinking from anime? What death shook you most?
Oh, Kazuma from Gurren Lagann.
Shit, I missed.
Mm.
Oh, what death?
Are we including the one we spoke of earlier?
Yeah, right.
Actually, wait. One more. Roy Fokker from Robotech.
Oh,
That was a tough one as a
That
kid.
was-
That was a tough one.
What about Hugh?
the first 5
from-
minutes of Transformers.
from FMA.
Wait, what?
The first 5 minutes of
Hughes from
Transformers the movie.
where he's going to
No,
see
I'll
his
give you
daughter. And
That was very tough, Jim.
No, I'll give you one, Jimmy. Sven.
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 Yes.
Oh.
But he only died in the
He
newest
didn't
version.
die.
Yeah.
He was put in a coma.
Did he die in the newest version, though, the Netflix version? I can't remember. But
A couple from my top 5, most recent. Hopefully, it's not spoilery for some people. Of course, Sasha from Attack on Titan. It's just like
that was
man, that hurt. That one hurt. And then Nami.
oh, you just reminded me of something. The image I had before of Akame got killed. The male lead when he died. Oh my gosh, that was
all the ones I have are all spoilers. All spoilers.
I know it's tough to answer that though.
I will say this though. I will give you the ones. The series. I'm not gonna say what they are, but I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Okay.
Ride Your Wave. The one from Wolf Children. That one's really rough. I'm gonna say Bebop. We know. And then one which is just truly I'm going to say Made in Abyss. So it's the third movie, because that one is horrifying.
I have one and only one. That is probably the most traumatic death in all of anime history. Setsuko, Grave of the Fireflies.
Yes.
Oh my God! Yes. The
Yeah, you
most
mentioned
depressing
that
movie
before.
you'll ever see in your life.
Yes. And the reason why I say yes is because my hand keeps disappearing. But that man showed me that one day.
It is the most tear-jerking moment in it. Look, I am a hairy, grown-ass fat man, and I bawled my eyes out. And and I mean, Setsuko's death was truly, truly traumatic. I mean, it's just that poor little girl. I mean,
yeah.
Even thinking about it right now, I'm almost crying. I mean, it hit me so hard.
It really
So
affected
hard.
me on my core level and everything, because I totally related to that character altogether and everything, and it was just like, shit, what am I going to do with my life? You know what I mean? Like, that's how much it affected you,
I know.
And then I had to
me
get
and my
therapy and
daughter,
all this
when
other
we were
jazz.
watching Demon Slayer, Rengoku. Like we were watching, that, and it's just like my favorite Hashira done. So.
Okay, we got to cheer this up a bit.
It really is an anime. It's probably the death of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, like I said, the first 5 minutes of the Transformers the movie, just like as a kid,
that was wow.
What the hell?
And my parents made me go see that by myself. Nobody wanted to come, so I was there by myself.
I'm so sorry, Ken. I'm so sorry. Hugs to you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Now this has actually become a support group for Ken. So
it's okay.
Yeah,
he comes back.
Setsuko is.
Remember, we love you, Ken.
I've never moved on.
Thanks,
That's the
buddies.
reason I'm still talking about it. I've never been able to move on from that moment. And I mean, it is just, no matter how she died with a piece of watermelon in her hand. I mean, for crying out
I hate
loud.
watermelon. I think I'll feel better.
I mean, it just, he tried so hard to feed her and save her life, and it was so traumatic to me. I mean, it's been years since I watched it, I've never watched it since, only because of that moment. It's probably been, I don't know, 10 years or more, and I can never watch it again. Never.
Agreed. I totally get you.
And it's, I think, the thing is that he said that it's based on a book written by someone, and he said that that's how he wanted it to go, where he dies as well, because he survived.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story too.
Yeah, no, it is. That's why it's a true story. But he killed himself instead of surviving, because he survived. The big brother survived.
Yeah.
The other anime which I completely don't like thinking about because it drew it up is Barefoot Gen. Watching as he's trying to get his little brother, his sister, and his dad who are dying in a fire while he, a 10-year-old boy, is trying to open the thing, hold it open to get them out.
Yeah.
And then later on, his little brother.
Question.
What was that, Jimmy?
I said, I'm glad we can bring some cheer into everyone's life with this question.
We gotta get off. We gotta get to the series.
Support group. This is
all right.
support group.
So here's one. It's not on anybody's list. In fact, I'm extremely surprised at the fact that nobody even thought about bringing it up. And I get it's not part of the top 5, but the one series that had became super overplayed out, I think, and I'm definitely interested in input on everybody on this one. The one series that you can find at Walmart for $12.99 on Blu-ray, for the record, Akira.
Akira is great.
It is great, but it's I don't know.
Wait,
I've seen it too many times.
Let me clarify. The original one is great. The new dub version is terrible.
I never watched a dub. I don't watch dubs.
I never even knew about that one.
I'm the same thing. It's like the Steam line dub is okay. I prefer the Japanese dub. I do. The new, but either way, the manga's better. Let's be honest. They only cover 2 volumes and they make up their own ending.
It's like watching the new dub of Vampire Hunter D, and you're like, "What the hell am I? What is this?"
Hey, Bloodlust has a great dub.
Original Vampire D was great. Original Vampire D was great for me.
Yeah.
The Bloodlust one, I was kind of like, although my wife would put me on the couch because she loves both the series.
That was remember the Bloodlust is only an English dub. There is no Japanese dub.
Yeah, no, that's why she loved it. She can't stand reading
subtitles. I know that. I know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't know one anime that actually cried on yet. I don't know.
Stray,
you guys brought it up.
Well, I think they've named some that can probably get you there.
Yeah. Yes. Rewind the stream and you'll see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And go for that. What was another?
I'm not crying.
So whose turn is it next?
Jesus. So I went around. Actually, you're next.
It's back around again.
Okay.
Yep.
Well.
So let me bring up one.
My last pick, which is the only one left. Which
you call it.
Mushoku Tensei is. So my favorite genre is isekai or Sky. Yeah, is my favorite genre of anime, and Mushoku Tensei is just. I love the story. The artwork is fabulous. I mean, even the backgrounds. You'll find yourself pausing just to look at what's going on in the background. All right, I mean, it's really great, and it's at first you're like, okay, it's kind of generic, but once you delve deeper into the manga, which I prefer the manga over the anime, but the anime is just as good. It is a really, really good series. I like the characters. I like the music. The music is great in the series. Both season 1 and now season 2. I think season 2 is just about finished, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll be waiting for the next round. I can't wait till. Oh, I was about to spoil it. I was about to say I can't wait to see when they turn on the man god. But then see, now I'm spoiling it.
It's on my to-do list. Very good.
Oh,
yeah.
It's either you love that series or you hate it. There's no in between with it. And I like the light novels. I do, but and the manga I'm not a fan of. But that's just me. But I'm also
no. I get it because there are people who will read the light novel and then read the manga and they'll say, "What happened?"
It's not that. It's they go. The anime went for the first 6 episodes. I gave it the typical watch, and after 6 episodes, it got its stride. But those first 5 episodes are rough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I totally. I see. I do the 3-episode rule like a lot of other people.
Yeah,
do.
no, this one everyone's like, oh, you gotta keep going. I was like, I gave it 3, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it the 6. And by 6, it catches up, but it's like it's a slog.
Yep. In case people aren't familiar, 3-episode rule is basically you watch the first 3 episodes of a series, and if by the 3rd episode you're just not feeling it, then turn it off, move on to something else. I mean, that's
basically treat it like the Disney series of Star Wars.
Or DS9, where you gotta get past a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Wait a second, DS9 was excellent.
DS9 is excellent. I said the first 3 episodes of DS9.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, DS9 is one of
No,
those.
not even the first
The first season-
the first 2 seasons.
The first season is a little bit blah, but then
Yeah,
it really picks up.
it's DS9 is amazing though as a whole, but that opening is rough.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Basically, character development in season 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait a second. I just thought of a death scene. Did you guys ever see? Was that a crying Freeman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cold
Yeah.
death. His
Yeah.
best friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of grueling, and I was just like, and the music and the intensity of that whole entire thing that went into the burial at sea and everything like that. Like, not that you guys should watch it, but you guys should watch it. But like, it's a great series, and like that scene alone, one of the most painful deaths you'll ever see in anime.
Now another anime that tied for me with Mashoko Tensei is Faraway Paladin, which is really, really good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I mean, it is so simple that it is what makes it good. And it's one of the rare occasions where I'll say the anime is actually better than the manga. One of the very few occasions.
Agreed. I'll agree on that.
Yeah.
It takes 33 episodes to be good. Yeah.
Yep. So it's one of the very rare occasions where the anime is actually better than the manga. The manga is a little rough, but the anime is it's a good series. So anyway, that's it.
All right. So, So Zan, you call the next one on your anime on your top 5 that you want.
What did I forgot what I put? I forgot what was left on my list. I think I have 2 left. Or is
You
it
had
3?
let me back out here.
I had Apothecary, I had JoJo's, I had Chainsaw Man, and I had 2 more. I think, right?
We did a Apothecary. Bartender.
Oh
or
yeah,
City Hunter. Either Bartender or City Hunter.
Bartender is a series that just got a remake. So Bartender is old school. It is relaxed. It is chill. The whole thing is it's about a guy who works at a bar. That's it.
Nice.
And the lives that happen around him.
The original series is like that deals with that. The new series deals with him. The company is trying to court him to move to their bar. It's
wait,
cool.
I have one more too. There's 5. I had one more. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, the series is just literally just super chill, relaxed. Also, will teach you about drinks. It teaches you how to make the drinks. It goes into that, and it's pretty awesome. It's on Crunchyroll right now. You can watch both versions of it. They add a lot of really good elements into it, and more importantly, I did not know how to make a gin fizz before that. And yes, yes, Astray Blue. Of course, I'm watching Kaiju number 8. It is amazing. The other anime that I forgot about, which is definitely awesome, is the live action adaptation just dropped on Netflix. City Hunter.
City Hunter, yeah. Oh,
Ryo Saiba is the
City
most
Hunter
perverted and
forever.
awesome man ever. I mean, let's be honest. He's a guy who can do anything. He kicks ass. He's a super pervert. The newest adaptation,
Role model.
A what? Yo, he
Role
totally.
model.
He's a man who'd be canceled nowadays, and I love the fact that the new movie they bring up the fact he's an '80s type of guy in 2010 where he doesn't know how to use stuff, but he doesn't know how to use AR, but he knows how to use a drone to look up a girl's skirt.
I love it. I want to see this now.
If you've not seen City Hunter, watch City Hunter Private Shinjuku Private Eyes. It's amazing. It's a crossover with another series created by the creator called Cat's Eyes, which is about a bunch of art thieves who are sisters. They have like a 2-minute spot in it, but it's really funny to see them. Also, he does show up in the last Lupin the Third movie. He's in the background, just sitting there looking at Lupin. But the movie is well done. Ryo Saiba is amazing. If you have not watched the live action on Netflix, it's a really good adaptation. There's also a French adaptation, and of course, we cannot forget the Jackie Chan adaptation, where Jackie Chan dresses up as Chung-Li.
It's true.
Oh, I saw that clip, and that's fun.
No, it's like each one is pretty faithful to it. There's even 2 J dramas. One's a Korean one, which sucks, and then there's a K drama based on the sequel spin-off series that doesn't really happen because that's the ending where he ends up with the girl and then she dies horribly and her heart gets transplanted into another girl.
Okay.
And
that's interesting. I really want to see that.
City Hunter's crazy and awesome, and just it's Mokori.
Alrighty, so Norbs is up next, and
Super Crooks. Have you guys seen Super Crooks yet? Super Crooks is on Netflix right now. It's actually basically.
I gotta check it out.
Really? Yeah. Everyone actually has superpowers almost and everything like that. And you actually have like a band of crooks that are actually kind of like getting together for one more job, you know? And it's actually based in San Francisco. Such a good anime and everything all the way through. The characters are actually really well developed and everything, and like the storyline is just flows so nicely and everything. And that intro, I think that's actually one of my favorite intro songs / intros for anime that I've ever seen. It's just them dancing. It's just that couple characters dancing and everything like that. But the way they actually have it done and everything like that, I think that I want to say that they have rotoscoped everything, you know? Between like human and like how the humans actually dance in this thing and everything like that, but like so good, and like some of the powers, I don't even want to spoil it. I think you guys should actually check this out next after you actually get off of this thing, so you can actually like enjoy the mirth that is Super Crooks. You know, so good. Super Crooks was awesome. I liked it. Yes, I didn't even know there was a comic book series actually.
Has anybody watched that new series, Villain Initialization, yet? I haven't checked it out, so I don't know anything about it yet. So people are talking about it, but I haven't watched it yet, and I just wanted to ask you guys if you've seen it yet. So
not me.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
All right,
really?
actually, I'm supposed to bring this up to Norbs too. Eureka 7.
Eureka 7. That's actually one of my favorite animes of all time and everything like that. It's actually a mech anime, and it actually involves this like kid who actually comes across this vehicle transforming robot called a Nirvash. He actually has like a certain amount of power, and then he actually befriends this alien girl who actually becomes the love of his life. It's got like a lot of like deep romance in there, and a lot of like those cues, like all the story, like the characters are actually just like really well done and everything like that, kind of like very 70s style, I think, you know. But like everything, like the whole, like all the environments are just super lush, and I think that's actually great. I haven't been able to find it on anything popular. In which case I'm gonna have to invest into like a Crunchyroll pretty soon and everything, because I need to like catch up on like a bunch of anime.
Crunchyroll, the Hasbro of anime.
You could also
exactly.
you can find it on Retro Crunch, but you still have to pay for it. So
yeah.
Oh, now you show up, Belucius. You better be glad that Alf's not in the stream. What's going on, Belucius, man? Welcome to the stream. We're doing anime today. Just talking anime. So if you know some anime, bring it up on the chat. Anybody in the chat, bring up some stuff, man. Let these guys burn the range. Okay, so who's next? All right, Ken.
Yeah, let me. Yeah. I want to share something.
Okay, let me.
Yep, try to understand as best you can with my ragged voice, but I put 2 movies on my list. One is Macross, Do You Remember Love? Because that's gold standard.
Yeah,
but that's not the one I want to
talk about. Gold standard.
Yeah, but that's not the one I want to talk about. The one I want to talk about is a recent one called Suzume, and that turned out to be so good. It's on Crunchyroll right now. It is so good. It's like a high school girl, and she meets this stranger as she's going to school, and he's a closer. He saves the world basically each and every day by going through this door, or holding the door closed and locking it before it destroys the city where the door resides. And so there's a chair in this, and people joke about it being a love story between a girl and a chair. So, but it's not really the case. The guy is changed into a chair because a cat does not like him, and so it sounds funny. It sounds a little bit weird, but it is such an awesome action movie anime, and they go through the doors. They go to different parts of Japan. They try to save different parts of the city because once the doors open and there's these huge red arm type octopus type things that come out, once they drop, they cause earthquakes and they destroy whatever they land on. So, but yeah, in the guy ends up needing to sacrifice himself, and the girl, like I said, she normally people don't see these doors and don't see these earthquake causing things, but she does, and there's a reason behind that. And then they solve that at the end too, through some time manipulation and stuff. So it's got all the good good things that we all love. I think time travel, doors, death, danger, action, and all in this pretty awesome anime movie. So I recommend that.
Nice.
Cool deal. And now we go up to the man, Jimmy G.
So I think the last two we've talked about them really, but of course, 10 years in the making, Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Just what I love about that show is, again, you need to watch it again because you see how they set up everything. Like after you catch the ending and everything like that, and then you go back and watch, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was set up, and I missed all the clues and things like that. Just the everyone's seen all of it, right? Yes, no,
yes, and no. I still have to get to the last season 4, but
anyway, it's great. It's awesome. Need to watch it. One that I forgot to put on my list, and there's just so many, right? There's just too many, and I can't believe I forgot to put this even in my honorable mentions. And I just recently watched it, and I binged it when I started watching it. Was Vinland Saga.
Yeah, it's good.
So with the historical, I mean, it is rooted in history, and not loosely rooted in history, but I just love the journey of Thorfinn in that, and his journey into knowing that, that basically being the strong man doesn't mean being the fighter, right? It's just so cool. And you see that season 1 so action packed, and then season 2 it just really is that character developing, story developing, and things like that.
It's sort of a turnaround, yeah.
And so I can't wait for season 3 of that. That's going to be awesome. But yeah,
the
definitely
series gets so good, and the ending for it is so powerful.
Yeah.
You're in for a crazy ride.
And then, of course, I think the last one on my list was Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just great. And if you're reading the manga right now, everyone's just in for a ride. It's just there's a lot of cooking going on. Just let's put it that way. So it's so good. Norbs, you can start watching that on Netflix. The first season's on Netflix, as well as Jujutsu Kaisen.
I saw it. I saw it actually right now.
Yeah, if you want to watch it chronologically, you got to watch the first 4 episodes of season 2, then you watch 0, then you watch season 1. But I definitely would recommend watching season 1, 0, and then watching it the way it was intended.
I'll tell you one thing, guys, we're actually going along into things. I'm actually kind of secretly adding things on my list over here and everything as we're going into it.
Yeah, I must have added 2 or 3 things to my Crunchyroll already.
Stray's latest comment said it's good, but you don't trust anything you see. No, you want to know an anime that you can't trust anything you see or hear? Paprika.
But that's all Satoshi Kon.
Yeah.
All Satoshi Kon's movies except for
You're right.
you can't trust.
Right. Satoshi Kon, he's all about the mind fuck.
He was amazing he was an amazing genius. It's a shame he lost.
He was, but yeah, he was all about the mind. And pardon the language, but he was about mind fucking you. That's his whole thing. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted the audience to go in and have their minds blown, or be so damn confused they'd walk out not knowing what the hell just happened.
Yeah, but it was the journey, not the destination for him.
Yeah,
I mean, he was amazing. He was freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. Satoshi Kon has gone down in history to be one of the greats. I mean,
Pat Guetta, yes. Lane. That series is also a mind fuck.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Best and also an
Yeah.
amazing opening. I love Duvet by Boa. It's
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd forgotten.
That's
Yeah.
a great song. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Present
Oh,
day,
it makes
present
great music.
life.
I totally
Oh,
forgot
man.
about that too and everything, until you actually just brought it up because
Serial Experiment Lane by Patega,
That's
2678.
yeah, that series. I own it. I've watched 15 times. I still don't know what the fuck half of it is.
I actually,
And we don't blame you, and none of us would blame you for it.
Yeah.
I gotta ask Dan this question because this was one of the animes, and I drew a complete blank, and I'm so pissed off because it was one of my favorite ones. All right, so I don't remember the title. All I remember it was, I want to say, 4 assassins. They had good adventures. It was a little bit 4 guy assassins.
NyHunters.
Is it NyHunters? And they had the
yes, the one which was essentially.
Thank you. I got to write that down. NyHunters.
Yep.
I have been looking for that, and I just didn't remember the name, and I kept getting it.
Real quick, I'm going to be heading out in a bit, so I'm going to mention my last one real quick here, which is Shangri-La Frontier. I like that. I'm not much on the game anime thing, but I gotta say, Shangri-La Frontiers really caught my eye, and it's I love the main character.
It's an isekai that isn't an isekai.
Yeah, I mean it's it's one of my favorite genre, obviously, but he's so fun. He's so abstract. He's like, here's the way the game is designed, and you're supposed to play it. And then he comes along and says, screw all that. I'm just going to do things my way. And it works. And crazy action, beautiful backgrounds. The music is pretty good too. So, it's right up there, on my list. Another one that I really, really liked, and I'm hoping they're going to make a new season of pretty soon, is Overlord. Loved Overlord. I'm hoping. Right now, I've just started watching the next season of Slime, reincarnated as a slime. So just started watching that, and High Speed Etoile. If I'm I don't speak for it. That's pretty good. I'm a racing anime guy. I mean, come on, racing anime.
I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. No, we were actually talking about Serial Experiments Lane and everything just now, so I actually had like this.
I had that.
I
recently threw that out.
Did you really?
What? No, it got damaged in transit.
Oh,
Got damaged
I've
in
actually
transit.
had this, the one for Armitage for years. And
yeah, no, my Armitage is still good.
Has.
My other one's still good. That one I had to throw out. It's done. It broke.
Yeah, it actually
it's
had
a shame. Yep, I still have that. I still have that CD. I still have that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Kind of curious. I never really opened this.
What was the other? Yeah, no, like I said, the other one is Made in Abyss is definitely worth checking out if you want to be horrified. Because the whole premise is that it's about these 2 10-year-old kids who decide to go through the abyss. It's a giant hole in the middle of their town.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about now.
Yes,
yeah.
And what happens is that how it works is this. If you go down into the abyss, in each layer, there's a curse. So if you come back up from the first layer, what happens is you get kind of a headache and a little bit of nausea. It's fine. Then you go to the second layer. If you get to the second layer, when you come back up, you now have hallucinations and pain. Third layer, you're bleeding out. When you get to the fourth layer is it gets a lot worse.
Oh, a lot.
And these are, like I said, there's a 10-year-old kid and her friend who's a robot. And the thing is, it's not at the top of the layer. That's not how it works. It's 10 meters. So imagine going up, you leave your shoe and you go down a floor. You can't go back up for it. If you go up for it, you get hit with the curse like that.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh, it gets more horrifying the lower down you get. There's some really screwed up things. Like at one point, one of the characters gets, because it's all happy and cute with some things. Like they see this body that's like, help me. It's being puppeted by creatures that eat it.
Wow.
So if you go to it, they'll grab you and eat you. It's like it shows the what is it? The nature is horrifying. Another one is a creature that it ejects you with spikes and it'll kill you instantly. And one of the characters gets injected with this. Like I said, 10-year-old kid in their hand. They tie it up, and remember, only way to escape is you got to go up. Goes up 20 feet. So her arm is filled with blood. It's tied off so she doesn't die of the poison. She is bleeding from her eyes, and she tells her friend, cut it off.
Yeah.
To cut off her arm.
Yeah.
And these are not like surgeons. These are not soldiers. It's a 10-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
It's a really cool story. There's some really cool elements because all the mythology behind what's in the abyss. But it's
I swear, you guys find some fucked up shit to fucking watch.
This is the funniest thing is this was recommended after watching Umaru, and Umaru is a whole other thing. That's Greta's jam. That's my wife's jam. Is Umaru.
Oh man, there was this one.
That's her spirit animal.
There's this one anime that I was actually watching where these two people are actually going. These two people, there's like there's a guy and a girl that's actually going through this whole entire asylum and everything, and basically. She's actually kind of like she actually wants to die. She's actually suicidal. She wants to die, but she can't take her own life because she's Christian. So, and then she actually befriends this guy who is a sociopath, psychopath, murderer, right? So, he actually wants to destroy her, but he actually needs her to get out of this place. And then she actually, it's kind of like a twisted love story in a way.
I know the story you're talking about.
I forget what this thing is actually.
It's not
called.
Mind Game, is it? It's not Mind Game.
I don't know if that's it.
I know the one you're talking about. I know it. I see it in my head. It was like late 90s, right? Late 90s.
No, I just saw it recently. So like I didn't know if it was actually something newer or something that was actually like maybe like late 90s, maybe early 2000s or something like that. Yeah. But
have you guys watched?
Anybody knows?
You guys watched? What is it called? It's Jisan Basan Wakageru. It's
yes, Grandpa and Grandma turn young again.
Yes. It's a great. It's a light.
I'm starting that today.
It's a great fighter.
I just hit the first episode.
The first 2 episodes are fan servicey, then it slows down. It doesn't get as perverted.
It's a very lighthearted.
It's a good slice of life.
Yeah. I recommend if you just want to sit there and smile while you watch something. That's a great series to do it with. I started watching that last week. So
nice. Yeah, I hit episode 1 today, and then I stopped it to do something, family stuff or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun. There's a new cat anime. Oh, what is it called? Not a cat. What is it called? No.
I think I started that one too. Let me see.
Tunari no Yokai. Yeah.
Yes. The My Neighbors Are Yokai. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the cat becomes a Bakaneko. That one's really good too.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more from. Well, I gotta head out soon because I gotta get a brother tomorrow. But,
I'm going to be calling it short soon.
But, my last. But
and I'll put my one after this.
what is that shit? What is that one called? The one with Swindler? Fuck, can't remember. There's an anime. It'll give me a second. I'll remember. The deal is that it's a post-apocalyptic future, or not post-apocalyptic, cyberpunk future.
Sasaki and Peeps. That's another one with a cat.
That's a good one.
Sasaki is fun. It's a fun isekai.
Was that a bird? Actually, no, it's a bird, right? Yeah. Sorry, my mistake.
As soon as you mentioned cyberpunk, go ahead.
No, it's Akadama Drive.
Oh,
it's a bunch of criminals get together in this future where they're arresting everybody, and this one girl, because of an error, she ends up getting stuck with these criminals who are going to kill her. So she says that, I'm a swindler, and that's my whole ability. And like each one of she's dealing with all these criminals, and she becomes one of the number one criminals that they're trying to kill, because it's like they're all set up for a heist. You have and they're all named by their identity. So it's Swindler, it's Cutthroat, Doctor, there's Driver, who's essentially a drive man. There is Courier. Courier is it. And there's a couple other ones. It is an awesome series that if you haven't watched it, it is crazy. It is great. It has a very fucked up ending where, at one where, you want to cry? This one will kind of make you sad, but it is a badass way to go out because what happens is I'm gonna die anyway, but with my death, revolution starts. It's like this person who's like, I'm not a criminal becomes like the ultimate criminal. It's you know.
I got an excellent question for everyone before we all go. An excellent question, and we'll start with Ken and then Martin, and we'll work.
Leave me out of this, man.
Yep. Nope. This question is secret pleasure anime. Secret pleasure anime. What is
secret pleasure anime?
Wow.
Just
Golden Boy.
Well,
Golden Boy is good.
There you go.
Oh,
I was going to.
You know what's my my secret
Boy.
pleasure anime is Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You.
Wow. Yeah. That is.
How
about you, Zan? How about you, Zan?
Fly Me to the Moon, Tonikawa is a good one. It is a very good one. But for me, my guilty pleasure one is going to be 365 to the Wedding. That one's so fucked up because it's like, we're going to get married or else we're both going to Siberia. And then it's the whole thing of them getting together.
Yes.
Nice.
And Norb, what is your guilty pleasure anime?
What was that one that I was actually talking about a while ago with it, where it was actually kind of like borderline hentai and everything?
Oh,
interspecies.
Interspecies.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that thing is just brilliant to me every time I see it. So I'm just like, okay, I love this thing. It's just
they start these girls and then they rank them.
Right.
Mine is Oran. Oran High School Club is my guilty pleasure. I'm sorry, but it you know, it's the reverse harem idea, and
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
How about you, Jimmy?
Mine's. I mean, It's very simple. It's got to be Yu-Gi-Oh. I am telling you, that is
shame with that.
Nice.
I just sold $600 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards to somebody.
Gosh, so, I mean, it's just. And I was at a convention and got to hear a panel with all the actors, and it's just so cool. And just when you think they're about to, they just pull the cards out of their ass. I mean, it's just like, oh, and I've got this one right here. You know, because you have to leave in the heart of cards.
That's true about that show.
That's summon Pot of Greed. So.
And it's always the card that they need the most to get out of their jam, you know? And I love that.
And I just wanted to see one episode where they go, I just need this. And it's like,
damn it.
The whole earth goes into chaos and everything.
Amazing.
Darkness.
All right. So, gentlemen, I think we had a hell of a long night, and we still haven't covered a lot of things, but that's good because we can bring it up on another session and another time. So I would like to definitely thank everybody, not only in the chat, but everybody that came on tonight to do this panel. This was something that I wanted to see if this would work out, and I hope you guys had a great time doing this. Again, thank you for coming out, and I will start the outros. Ninja, since you came in first and you got to head out, I'll zoom in on you to do your outro. 3, 2, 1. If you want what?
Oh, okay. Of course, I am Ninja Bill or Shinobi Bureau, as you see there. Ninja Bill from Ninja Bill Reviews. You can find Ninja Bill Reviews here on YouTube. Go ahead and check out my channel. Please subscribe if you've not already. All that good stuff. And you can also find me on Facebook as Shinobi Bureau, just like the name down there in the corner says, Shinobi Bureau. You can also check out my group there, which is Shinobi Studios, Transformers, and more. I suggest you go check it out, join it. Lots of fun stuff, lots of people you can chat with and just post, the awesome stuff that you find. And really that's about it. And I please subscribe to every channel you see here that comes on the show. Really, really helps us all grow. Like our videos. I mean, just smash the like here, it really, really does. More than anything else, just liking it, takes a split second, 10th of a second, boom, done. Really, really helps channels out. That's it.
Yeah. I was like, awkward, but cool. Thank you again, Ninja, for coming out, man. And like I said, Ninja, like one of the reasons why this stream started for me, and there he is. That's the man that basically motivated me to do this thing, and I'm so glad I'm doing this. And again, thank you, sir. And who do I go to next? I can go to, because Jimmy G's got, look at, he's got pyro going here.
I thought it's Christmas.
He got pyro. Right, so Jimmy
I
G.
don't know. This is the gesture thing that you can do. It's weird. Anyways, this is Jimmy G in the place to be. Welcome you. This is with my vlog. Come see the good, the bad, the awesome, where I give my first reaction to all things pop culture. You can find me on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, except for on TikTok. It's the food, the bad, the awesome, because I can't spell really well. But definitely come on. Have some fun with me. If you don't like that kind of stuff, it makes some great white noise to fall asleep to.
Nothing wrong with the food. Nothing wrong with the food. Okay, I will go to Diecast Norbs next. And go.
All right. Diecast Norbs, Galactic Hooligan. And I'm actually always on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube on Diecast Norbs Activate. You can actually find me on Instagram, Facebook, and every place else then under that name, Diecast Norbs Activate, including X. You can actually find us also on the Transformers Hooligans Hangout that's actually on Facebook. And that's a place where you can actually gather, hang out, and everything like that, talk about your favorite robots or anything else that actually interests you. So come on in, join us and everything. And then also, as Shinobi Biru actually said, just subscribe to everyone over here and everything, because we're actually all good guys. We all have like great things to talk about and everything. We always have, and I'm actually kind of like myself over at like 794, 793. I'm actually trying to reach 1,000, my first 1,000 and everything. So like, help me out, help everyone else out and everything. And always be good to yourselves and to each other. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. And now we can actually go to another person.
Uh-oh. Somebody's
there we go.
Muted.
It must be.
I thought I brought down the room.
Well, yeah, I'm NyHunter Impressions, and as everyone else has said, just subscribe to everyone, because it's just so great to know and be friends, brothers with these guys, and just be able to hang out and talk about all these different things: Transformers, Marvel characters, X-Men, Norbs, and X-Men,
Star Wars.
and my favorite figure so far, Apocalypse. And
damn,
I just got him. Yeah. Anyway,
my X-Men.
Yeah, and anime, hooray! So yeah, it's just awesome. Even though I was getting sick today, I could not stay away. As you can hear, I apologize for my voice, but man, it was just a blast with you guys, and all the people on the side chatting as well. They're most of them are regulars, and the new folks also. Just great to have you and see you. And just follow me here on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, just great stuff. Thank you, Ultra Megatronus, for making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he is muted.
He is muted and talking. Should we dub?
Now I'm not muted, and now, okay, cool. and then so this man over here, and this is, like I said, the man that is like brought me back into anime. And all you guys are going to bring me back into anime, but I'm not going into that freaking rabbit hole collecting anime stuff. I've got my own stuff I got to worry about.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
again,
you say this now, but you will end up buying it. You know you will. You know.
I've already bought it. I don't need to go that route anymore. But now, all on you, Zan.
Well, this is an awesome group, and I love watching you guys. I'm glad to be on here. For those of you who don't know who the hell I am, my name is Zan, and I run the Spiraken Review Podcast. You can find it at www.spiraken.com or on YouTube at youtube.com/@Spiraken. I'm currently at 216 subscribers, and because I've got onto YouTube way too late. I've been doing this for 16 years of reviewing manga, anime, cons, and something, but I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago. So definitely, if you want to subscribe. And if not, definitely check out my website, Spiraken.com. I'm on Instagram, on everything. Just type in Spiraken. I guarantee you find us one way or the other. I review 2 times a week. Next review is going to be I'm reviewing Tokyo Tachibana Girls, and I'm going to be reviewing Animazement 2024. So stay tuned for that. But definitely subscribe to everybody else. Everyone's awesome, and it's great to just collab with everybody. So, and also. What was I going to say? I forgot. It's too late.
Holy crap! We've been doing this for over 3 hours. Wow.
This is not the worst thing. There's still the infamous. There's a movie review with Baz, myself, and Baz's brother, and a few other people where we went for 4 hours on anime that was was made by Hayao Miyazaki, and we were all really, really drunk because it was St. Patrick's Day. It was 4 days.
Nice.
Wait, was that the infamous 7 Hole Night?
No, this is Castle Cagliostro. 7 Holes was something else.
Oh, okay.
No, that was one more. That's the one we got a CAD on.
Everybody here's gonna be like, "What's the story with 7 Holes?" I'll tell you about it another time.
That's one of
those sites.
That's a hentai episode. I remember that.
All right. Well, later, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Have a great night. And then I got to do my outro because if I don't, then it's normal. Yeah. So again, to all my guests, thank you for coming out, and thank you in the chat for coming out. Please again hit like, share, subscribe for all these guys. Hit it for me. If you don't want to hit for me, oh well, I can deal. I'm a big boy. But I thank you all for coming out. And remember, I just forgot my line. You're never too old to feel too young. Unfortunately, my age just caught up. But again, never too old to feel too young. When it comes to collecting anything, collect life in general. That's the best thing you could ever have. Again, folks, have a great night and take care. And one day I will figure out how to do this outro the right way because it always gets me. But here we go. See ya.
Be good.